Ba-da-ba-da-bop. Bee-ba-da-boop. Boo-ba-da-bop. You do? Cappy's skiing somewhere, I think.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah. Are you going to the game? You look all fancy.
No, I'm not going, actually.
Really?
No, I'm not going.
Huh.
But I do. I feel fancy.
You do. You look good.
I'm working at it.
You're looking good in the new year.
They made fun of me yesterday.
Who?
Ireland, Bergman, everybody
For
made
what?
fun of me. Because I was wearing a sweater, and Ireland said, oh, that's a geriatric sweater. I'm no, this
Geriatric.
This is
Do we have a photo?
This is a stylish
Do you have your chain
sweater.
on?
I do have my chain
Oh,
on.
please pop it out.
Hey,
I like that chain.
You know,
I
I really
bought a
like that
chain.
chain, man. I ain't
You
gonna lie
like
to
the
you.
chain?
I like
I
it,
like
man.
that
Yeah.
chain.
See,
Everybody likes
D-Cash
the
Money
chain.
thinks he likes
I
the
like
chain.
it.
And
I
he
like
looks
the
good in the
chain.
chain. So what were you wearing? Do you have a picture of it?
Yeah, it exists.
Can I see it?
Yeah,
It's probably on YouTube somewhere.
Bergman's got. I think it's a very stylish sweater.
Okay. I'll be the determining factor on that more so than I feel like Ireland and Greg.
I wanted to mention, not stepdad Leo,
Oh, yeah?
out in the desert.
Yeah?
Was approached by somebody who listens to the show because Leo's a tour guide.
Right.
His name
At
is-
a museum, right?
At the Living Desert, which
Okay.
is a big
Right,
sort of
right.
zoo
Yeah.
arrangement out there. And a guy named Michael Potter walked up to him and said, "Hey, I listen. You're Leo. You're not stepdad Leo. I listen to Mason and Ireland all the time. So Michael Potter, thank you for listening.
Thank you, Michael Potter.
Yeah, and thank you for saying hi to Leo.
Yeah.
You're out there.
It's nice. Say hi to people.
How was your? This is your first day back from the holidays.
It
right?
is.
So what'd you do for? The
I was
holidays?
sick as a dog.
Is
I had
that
the
right?
flu for like 10 days.
That's terrible.
Well, not really. I had flu for like 5 days, but then it's still like you're another 5 days, you're not feeling so hot.
Right, and then you did a bunch of bowl games, right?
3 of them.
Which ones did you
And a
do?
basketball game. And a couple of basketball
Oh
games.
man,
Yeah.
which bowl
So
games
I
you do?
did the Frisco Bowl
Okay.
in Texas.
Nice.
With this is when I felt old.
Yeah.
This was one of those, how old am I again?
Right.
Cole Pennington, son of Chad Pennington,
Oh God.
versus Owen McCown, son of Josh McCown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had that.
Yeah.
Then I had the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Kansas versus UNLV.
Yep.
And then I had my last bowl was the Liberty Bowl, which was Memphis against Iowa State.
Yeah. I watched all 3. They were great.
Yeah. 2 of them were on radio, so you wouldn't have been able to watch them.
You know,
But you heard them here on 710
the
ESPN.
one I liked was the Pop-Tart Bowl. You didn't do the Pop-Tart
I did
Bowl.
not do the Pop-Tart Bowl or the Duke's Mayo Bowl, which are the 2 bowls that if you're really doing a bowl game, you
Yeah.
want to do those
Yeah.
because there's some fun involved in
The
those.
one thing I liked about the Pop-Tart Bowl
Yeah.
is that the mascot was
Yes.
edible. You could
So
break
good.
a piece off the mascot
And eat it.
It was like a Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Although,
An edible mascot.
I mean, that sounds great, except are people like hugging the mascot all day? Are they touching the mascot all day?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
So my holidays were totally opposite you.
I saw you, dude. You were in New York. You were everywhere. You look like you had so much fun.
They were the best holidays that I can remember. I got to
Wow.
spend it with my mom and,
Yeah.
and Leo and my brother, his boy. We had great time.
Yeah.
Got to go to see Love Actually at the Wallace Theater, which
Wow.
was fantastic. Got to go to Lowry's for Christmas Eve dinner.
Oh, little
which
steak.
was cool.
Little prime rib.
Prime rib,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then just bolted to New York, just all of a sudden.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
And you were there with your guest booker.
I was,
Yeah.
yes.
I saw that.
Samantha
Who you'd
Gronick.
never met in person.
Who I'd never met in I didn't even know what she looked like. I never saw a photo of her before.
Right.
So I'm sitting in this bar waiting for
Yeah.
Samantha, and I'm like, it could be anybody.
Right.
It's one.
Any woman could have walked up to you and said, I'm Samantha.
I'm Samantha, and it would have been okay. Yeah, she's delightful, and she's worked on the show for a long time and does.
Why'd you over there?
No, because New York, Samantha.
Oh, like
Sex
you mean
and the
Sex and the
City.
City. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Imagine?
She's not like her.
Right. Nor are you like the guys she normally dated on the
Correct.
show either,
Correct.
for
I
that
think
matter.
she would be fun, though, if she was like that in New
Yeah.
York, you know?
Oh, you would have fun with her if that were the
Sure.
case.
By the
Right.
way, have you subscribed to the Culture Pop Podcast YouTube channel?
I have not. I didn't know.
You should do that.
I will smash the like button and subscribe.
Every show is
now,
on
do you
YouTube
do you tell people to smash the like button? That is a thing you have to do if you have a YouTube channel.
smash?
Oh yeah. Right? D-Cash Money?
Yeah, you have to, man.
What do you say?
Smash the like button.
Smash the like button.
Subscribe
Like
and smash the like button.
Okay, smash the like button.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that from now on.
Yeah.
Well, on there right now is the woman who's going to win the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, Divine Joy Randolph. She's
Yeah?
from a movie called The Holdovers. Did you see it?
Did not.
Really good. Paul Giamatti.
Oh, okay. I know the commercial.
Yeah, it's really
because I saw
good.
Paul Giamatti in
Yeah,
the commercial.
But
yeah.
she's going to win. She's on there right now.
Good.
So
That's awesome. Look
Yeah.
at you. You're getting like A-listers now.
I am.
You went a long way from getting me in Ireland on.
That's true. Although the You in Ireland podcasts were fascinating. I think I know more about you guys than I know more about the guys on the station than anybody else because we did those in-depth
we went
podcasts.
deep.
We went really deep.
Yeah. We got after it.
Got after it.
Yeah.
So what are we doing today?
Nonsense.
Nonsense?
Yeah, I mean, look,
Stupidity?
I've got some thoughts. I mean, I've been gone for weeks.
That's true.
I mean, the Lakers haven't been good since the IST.
Nope.
That was the last time I was here.
Yeah, that's
Take
right.
down that banner.
3-8. Why is everyone blaming the banner, though? That seems stupid.
You think the banner's bad luck?
I brought that up. I brought that up yesterday with Andy and Brian, and they ran with it. They were like, you know what?
The
I'm
banner
just
is
saying.
cursed.
I saw it in the community, and I was like, come on. Are we really? This is where we're going today?
Sure.
I mean,
why not?
I mean, how about the fact that Darvin Ham is playing a bunch of lineups with non-shooters in it?
Ridiculous lineups.
I mean, what are we doing here?
I mean,
I'm going to
don't
straight up ask him about that today when I see him.
I mean, they stick in Jared Vanderbilt for D'Angelo Russell, and where are the points supposed to come from?
What's his name? The kid from the Knicks, Cam Reddish. Yeah.
Yeah. There are guys who you literally don't have to guard.
Right. Well, no, I'm a big believer in if you're an NBA player, you should be able to hit an open shot. The problem is that when guys can still get back to you, right? Because there was a lot of arguments earlier this season. Remember when Cam Reddish missed the shot in Miami and then hit the next shot the next game against the Clippers or whatever it was. And then I stood fast in that, like, hey, like you got to hit an open shot if you're an NBA player. Now, what's happening is teams have realized, all right, we won't just let them have an open shot, but we're going to pack the paint and then do our best to run back out to the shooters. And that's what's happened. Like, LeBron and AD have had the lane clogged for weeks now.
But don't you want, if you're a opposing team, don't you want Jared Vanderbilt to take the shot?
Oh, no question you are funneling the ball that way if you can. But I do think that those guys need to hit shots at some point too. Like I don't want to summarily dismiss the fact that they're not doing the job they're supposed to do when they're out there.
Right.
I just don't think if they're the best qualified guys to do that specific job.
Well, let me throw this at you because I was looking at numbers, and numbers can be twisted to tell you anything.
Tell me the numbers.
Okay. So the Lakers' offensive rating in this last 10 games.
Not good.
Great.
Really?
Highest of the season. Their defensive rating, lowest of the season.
Where's their
the
defensive rating in the
that's
last 10?
I can't tell you.
I know that they're
number.
113 overall for the season, which is still top 10.
Yeah. Apparently the last month
it's been bad. The only thing that I will say though is that I don't understand why two things. Why they're not playing Austin Reeves more with LeBron.
Yeah.
Because they're playing similar amount of minutes together.
Yep.
But I feel like the minutes they've played together historically have always been good. So why wouldn't you increase those minutes in those scenarios when you know it's a good two-man pairing?
Right.
And not that Austin is Steph Curry, but he can hit shots. Like I feel comfortable with him and saying that he is got a good shooting stroke and a good shooter. Like, again, he doesn't have to be elite. He could just be good. Good is good enough with LeBron and AD. And then I don't understand, and I know he's hurt and he's been in and out of the lineup and he's not playing today.
Yep.
The Rui thing. Like, why are they not playing Rui more when he's healthy?
It either.
Those are the things as I went back, and I watched a ton of Lakers games while I was either on the road or whatever, and I was just sitting there like just befuddled at some of these lineups and decisions. And it's not just the starting lineup that everybody's annoyed about, which I understand why they would be annoyed about. It's the lineups within the game. And I am not the guy who generally likes to tell the coach, yo, I don't get what you're doing there. Like, why are you doing that? So for me to get to that place, like, it's got to be pretty befuddling.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that person.
Yeah, it seems like maybe there's some overthinking of the rotation.
Oh, there's no doubt there's galaxy brain going on there. With everybody, by the way.
Galaxy brain, what's that?
That's like, when there's too many things going on in there.
No, that's how my head is all the time.
Is it?
Oh, God.
I can see that.
Yeah, I was like, for example, on my laptop right now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 6 windows open.
6, eh?
Yeah.
Windows? You don't do tabs?
No,
tabs.
tabs.
Okay.
Oh, tabs
I'm
is fine.
shuffling from. But
Cappy does windows.
That's the way my mind works.
Yeah.
It's like I've got all my windows open all the time.
Yeah, Cappy does actual windows.
Does he?
Yeah, I don't know if he still does it, but he did for a while. Remember, Laura?
Oh, my God.
At the beginning, he would be like, hold on, I got to find which because he would have things that would be firing off and playing sound. And he'd be like, I got to find which one. I'm like, well, don't you have tabs? Like, no, what do you mean tabs? I got windows. And I'm like, no, dude, tabs.
Tabs is easier. You're right.
We had to help him a little bit.
I think he's gotten to tabs.
I don't No.
No?
We don't do the calls anymore, so
That's
we can't
true.
keep
We
up.
don't know.
You don't do calls
Oh, we
anymore?
stopped doing calls a long time
Like
ago.
where you all get together on the
Yeah,
phone in the morning
nah,
and
it was just basically like today, me or Laura, me and Lindsay, or whoever's producing the show. It's like we'll do it, and then Cap, if you have any questions, just let's chat.
see, that's kind of the way it is. Only Ireland is that person.
Ireland is Cappy.
Me and Bergman talk a lot before
but
the show,
Cap-
and then Ireland kind of rolls in and we hit him with
No,
whatever.
but Cappy does add stuff to the rundown.
So does Ireland.
Yeah.
Ireland adds a ton of stuff to the rundown.
Yeah. So there's that, but that's just kind of the way. So I'm the Mason in that scenario.
Nice.
I like that chain, Mace.
Always good to be the Mason. What's that?
Yeah.
That chain.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you
good.
very much.
Chain looking fly.
By the way, I found the sweater from yesterday.
Okay,
so I'll show it to you
on the
during
other
break.
side, let's do that. Plus, let's get into the Rams. You and I need to celebrate and give everybody else the finger.
Yes.
Okay?
We'll do it.
But before that, tell them about our friend Jacob and Ronnie.
Okay, so everybody's got a New Year's resolution, right? Going to the gym, eating better, you know the deal. All that stuff that we say we're going to do and then we don't. If you really want to make a New Year's resolution that can help yourself, I have got a simple one. Seriously, do this. Put this number in your contacts, 844-24-JACOB. That's right. Put my friend Jacob's number on speed dial, 844-24-JACOB. Think about this. You're injured in an accident. Got to take care of yourself. See the right doctor without any waiting. That's why you should call Jacob if you're injured after an accident. He is going to find you the right doctors right away, which will allow you to get back on the path to proper health. And, of course, Jacob's going to handle all the phone calls and the paperwork, and all the mental stress will go away because he's handling all of it. I've got Jacob on speed dial. You should, too. And remember, you don't pay Jacob unless you win. A lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
calljacob.com. Don't forget, follow him on Instagram at call.jacob. Mason and I, combo plate. Me and Sedano, 710 ESPN.
Did he just call you George
Did he call me
in
George?
that segment? Yeah.
Was
I wasn't
he called
there.
me George?
Really?
I could have sworn Cappy just called him George.
I thought you were here.
I don't think I was here for that.
No.
I don't recall that.
I mean, you were on the rejoin.
Was I?
Yeah, you were there.
Oh, okay. But you were the one talking to him, weren't you? In that rejoin?
I don't think so.
I thought it was you.
Oh,
I thought
maybe
it
it
was
was
you
me.
too,
I don't
yeah.
know. I was half listening. So
Clearly.
it sounded like you, Mace. You and I are more sounding alike every day,
True.
apparently.
It's funny when Sedano and Bergman and Sam Pines and everybody came to me and said, "Would you do an extra couple of hours today?"
Yeah.
I said, "For the opportunity to work with George."
Oh,
Sedano,
there you go.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely.
You and I have so much in common, but first let me tell people how you and Ireland are hitting the streets in the city of Redondo Beach. Join them on Monday, January 15th, as they broadcast live from Ralph's from 1 to 4. Thanks to our friends at BBGO. Meet Lakers legend Derek Fisher and Sasha Vujacic. Sasha's always in the South Bay. And win fabulous prizes at your shot at courtside seats, thanks to BBGO. The Ralph's is at 1413 Hawthorne Boulevard in Redondo Beach, Monday at 1 p.m. Mason and Ireland will be there for 710 ESPN, so make sure you get down there. Mace, maybe I'll stop by.
You should stop. It's kind of
On my way. It's in my neighborhood. Yeah.
So I'm going to work the register. I'm going to do one of the registers. I'm really good at scanning. I used to be one of the fastest people at Kelly's IGA in Maumee, Ohio.
All right.
I'm also an excellent bagger. I'll bag some groceries during that show.
Yeah.
Wow. Man of the people. Okay.
I used to get tips. Now, I don't think they do that anymore, where you help the little old lady out to the car with the groceries.
I think people still do that.
I used to make decent money doing that.
Nowadays, what ends up happening is they like a lot of these grocery stores have the stuff where you order ahead and then they bring it to your car.
Oh,
but you still tip those people.
Right. Yeah, do you tip those people?
Yeah, of course
I
you
guess
do.
You should.
Should, yeah.
Yeah.
I always err on the side of tip. Ireland has
Always,
He's always saying I'm an under-tipper. I'm not an under-tipper. I am an over-tipper. And I always believe, like, for example, I leave money for the housekeeper and money I just think it's important to do that. If I'm going to give money, everybody who's working hard, here's some extra.
Right. You see, I'm like you, but if you give me bad service, that will reflect on your tip.
Oh, yeah, I would agree.
100%.
Just saying.
100%.
So I know exactly where this is. That's the Ralph's right near the South Bay Galleria. I go to that Total Wine all the time.
Oh, do you?
I love Total
There's a
Wine.
Total Wine next door to it. I go there all the time.
Okay, good.
So I know. Actually, if you want to pick up some good wine, I don't remember what the dude's name is.
Yeah.
But that Total Wine there on Hawthorne in Redondo Beach has a manager, kind of long hair, black hair, kind of beard, scruffy beard, glasses. That dude knows his wine.
Nice.
Go find that dude at that Total
guy.
Wine on Hawthorne in Redondo.
You know, was he a listener?
I don't think so.
I ran into a listener over the holidays. I got a massage chair. I don't know if you heard this or not. Me and Ireland went 2 for 1 on massage
Wow,
chairs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's had one forever.
Right. So he said, I need a new one. And do you want to go in and buy one too? So we got a 2 for 1 deal. We got an unbelievable deal on these chairs.
So they literally gave you 2 for the price of 1,
2 for the
and
right
you just
price of
split.
one. Split it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a great deal.
Wow.
And Danny was the guy who came in and installed the chair.
Right.
Huge Mason and Ireland.
Oh, wow.
listener.
Isn't that
Huge
awesome?
Listener to the station.
Yeah,
It's all over.
That's great. People love this station.
I told this story yesterday, but when I was at Love Actually at the Wallace Theater right before the holidays, a guy tapped me on the shoulder and said, I'm here because of you. And I'm like, really? He said, yeah, I've heard you talk about the show on I heard you talk about Love Actually on the station. And so I decided to go. His name is Marcus Skandarian. He is a really big-time real estate agent in Laguna Beach, Newport Beach.
And you're an influencer, apparently.
Apparently.
Who knew?
Yes, who
Steve
knew?
Mason, the influencer.
Exactly.
Maybe there'll be more chains, more people wearing chains.
Oh,
All right, so the
everybody
shirt, the sweater.
This is the sweater
I
I
gotta
was
see it.
wearing
I said
yesterday.
I wanted to see it live on the air. I didn't want to see it beforehand.
True. This is fact.
This is the test.
Okay, this thing is a little dark here, so let's brighten it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Hold on, where are we?
Yesterday I wore this fantastic new sweater.
I did see your sweater.
Oh, here we go.
What'd you think?
I think the sweater's awesome.
Yeah, it's
I
not
would
bad.
totally wear that.
Yeah. Am I crazy? I
No.
come in here every day and they bag on what I'm wearing. I think I've
I
become
need
a
to
fairly
be back.
stylish guy.
I need to be back, man.
You have become a lot more stylish.
Yeah.
Recently, like you look good today.
Yeah, I'm
And
kinda
this
put together.
this also looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it looks great.
Thank you, George.
Who was bagging on you?
Ireland, Bergman,
I mean,
Was Brian too?
Brian,
Oh,
I mean, come
man.
everybody.
I mean, Ireland's style is Ireland's got style, but I would
does.
say it's more.
For his age.
Yeah, I would say it's more like, hey, I was like young in like the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure. I
Right.
get that.
Mace.
Whereas you're dressing like a 30 or 40 something,
Thank you.
which is,
That's what
you
I'm
know,
going
about
for.
20, 30 years your senior,
Yeah.
depending on how young we're
You
going.
heard about me at the gay bar, right?
I did not.
Oh.
You picked them up?
No. So me and Juan are at the gay bar. We're at a place called the Duplex. It's a piano bar. It's not.
Right.
It's mixed. It's
Right.
not really.
But there's more gay people, I guess, there normally.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Piano bar.
Yeah.
Everybody's singing all this.
Yeah.
So this beautiful woman walks up to me.
Yeah.
She looks like a young Rene Russo.
Oh, wow. Renee Russo is gorgeous.
Absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
And she says, "Do I know you from somewhere?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is a classic line.
Wow.
Right? Do I
Yeah.
know you from somewhere?
Yeah.
Juan is sitting right there.
And he's like stunned.
He's stunned. He can't believe this woman is hitting on me
Yeah.
in the middle of the gay bar. And
Right.
and all I'm thinking is, lady, if you're going to catch a fish, you better go to a better pond because there's not anything here for you.
That's what you hit her with?
But it felt good to be hit
On. Yeah.
it's
Of
a
course
good
it does.
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No question about that. It's like I tell dudes all the time, like young dudes. And, you know, you're a young dude, D Cash Money.
Yeah.
That's right.
And, like, I know, like, when you're young, you got a lot of testosterone, right? Like, you got a lot of emotions. Things are going through. Like, I know dudes when, like, that, even as old dudes, they get mad when, like, they're walking with their lady or significant other and someone else checks them out. I'm like, that's a compliment to
No,
you,
it's
dummy.
very
It
complimentary.
is. It really is.
That's a compliment to you.
No question.
That person's with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you should feel good about
Oh,
that.
I felt really good. I mean, I felt pretty desirable.
Right? So Juan should feel good, is what I'm saying.
Juan was very complimented by the whole thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Although he was very confused.
I was going to say
by it,
confused.
too.
Yeah, I mean, hey, whatever.
Yeah, I
it
mean,
all good.
It worked.
It's, you know.
It was fun.
Mace, you need a pendant with that chain, man.
Did you buy her a drink?
I did buy her a drink.
Good
yeah.
for you.
She offered me to buy me one, and I'm like, no, let me buy you one.
Oh.
Which apparently sent the wrong signal because then she
She
I was
thought
gonna
you were
say-
in. Right. Did you? When did you tell her?
What I did was I said, meet my partner Juan.
Yeah.
And that sort of
The
threw a bucket of
alarm.
cold
The
water,
alarm
yeah.
went off
I
at
have
that point.
a-
Now, how did she react?
She was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then she went back to her table with
Took,
these other.
took her drink though.
Took her drink.
Yeah.
and Took her
Nice
free
to meet
drink
you.
and went.
Yeah.
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 But I was a very fun night.
You were flying.
Oh,
high
felt
right
so
there.
good afterwards.
Normal, higher than normal.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
Oh, and I was high.
Yeah.
So I was higher than normal.
Okay. That's like the best.
Look at you, Mace. You're a different dude now. 2024 is the year of the Mace.
Bring it on.
Let's go.
Let's go, ladies.
Hey, by the way, 2024 could be the year of the Rams.
Yeah.
We didn't get to that. You and
yeah.
I have been on the same wavelength, and you and I are about to give everyone else the finger. We're going to do that next. But first, let me tell you about my friends at NextGen. Your handy neighbors at NextGen Air and Plumbing are back with 2 new ways to make home comfort and safety easy and affordable. They've launched the NextGen Rebate Hotline to help you pay next to nothing on a new furnace and AC systems, water heaters, and more, obviously. So rebate experts are standing by to help you with every local, state, and federal rebate possible so you can pay as little as possible. So call NextGen and their rebate hotline now at 833-3-NEXGEN. Plus, for a limited time, they're offering 0 payments for 90 days on approved credit. That's no payments for 90 days on AC and furnace systems, water heaters, whole home water filtration systems, and indoor air quality systems. Ask how to qualify for 0 payments for 90 days when you call the NextGen Rebate Hotline at 833-3-NEXGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN.
Presented by ZipRecruiter. Here's Travis Rogers.
The Los Angeles Rams have a star.
That's later. That's another line.
Wait a minute. Isn't that a Springsteen song? Pink Cadillac?
No, she just said it right now.
Oh, there you go.
Different line.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I love Aretha. I was a DJ when this thing came out.
No way. What year was that?
Did Morales say the year?
He did.
What year? Because I would say this was definitely like the first song as a child I ever heard Aretha Franklin.
God. That makes me feel good.
Because I was probably, I don't know, 7, 8, 9.
87.
Huh?
87.
Yeah, 9 years old.
87.
That's the first time I specifically remember hearing Aretha Franklin's voice at that age. And then I told my mom and dad I like that song, and my mom were like, come on, she's got all these other great songs.
Right.
And then I started to hear the other songs, but this was the first one getting radio play that caught my attention, and then I went back into her catalog.
So that was the beginning of my DJ career. It was
Wow.
right there, 1986, 87.
Right.
Wow.
And I was doing overnights on a station.
Right.
On
Well, that jives. You had to have been like in your early 20s.
Right, and
Right.
but I was going to college during the daytime, and I
Right.
was doing the overnights
At Bowling Green,
at Bowling Green State
where you were a
University.
young Republican.
And 93 QWRQN was the radio station.
There you go.
Yeah, and the very first night I was on the air, they asked me at the beginning. They said, "Do you know how to DJ?" I'm like, "Of course I do.
Yeah.
Easy."
You never say no.
Clue at all.
Right.
But it was midnight,
You figured it out.
so I figured it out.
Yeah.
And yes, I did play Stevie Nicks Stand Back 4 times because I forgot to change the cart.
Yeah. But at that time of night, you're only like a couple of people working third shift are actually listening.
I
so-
got a phone call one night in overnights, and the guy said, "Yeah, if you don't play Huey Lewis and the News right now, I'm going to blow up the station." I'm like,
Whoa.
"Ladies and gentlemen,
Wow.
here's harder rock and roll."
Yeah.
Creepy.
Dude, I worked the third shift when my first national gig on Fox Sports Radio.
Right.
And yeah, there are a lot of strange birds in the middle of the night.
Man.
And by the way, a lot of wonderful people that work late nights
Yeah.
that keep this country going in a big way.
Yep.
Whether it's people who work in hospitals, truck drivers,
Yeah,
etc.
sure.
But there's always some strange birds in the
Oh,
middle
yeah.
of the night.
Yeah.
Like, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I loved it. I listened to so much overnight radio when I was a kid.
I loved overnight
Oh,
radio.
man, Larry
so
King.
in sports,
Peoria, go!
Sports talk radio. When
Yep.
I was young, I used to have an alarm clock radio.
Yep.
Okay. And yes, kids, we had an alarm clock that was like a box, and it had a radio too. So I would listen. I would fall asleep listening. I grew up in Miami, so there was a guy who used to do 10 to 2, 10p to 2a.
Okay.
Or until the last game ends, because he was a big gambler.
Yeah.
And his name was Ed Kaplan, Eddie K.
Eddie K.
So I used to listen to Eddie K, and he had a great late night voice, kind of soothing and whatnot, and he was really smart.
Yeah.
He was a lawyer
Yeah.
who wanted to become a sports talk host, and that's what he did. He did the late nights because that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
He didn't want to deal with nonsense like during
It's
the day.
weird. The world is weird at that time of the like.
Yeah.
When I worked in New York, you'd go in at 4:00 in the morning. Like New York at 4:00 in the morning is a totally different
Oh
place.
my God, totally different place.
L.A.
Yeah.
in the middle of the night, totally different place.
So then on that station, when I was a kid and I was
Yep.
listening to my alarm clock radio, it would go from Sweet Sound and Eddie K. To Scott Ferrall, this Benjamin, and I would just be like, I remember it would wake me up.
What a transition!
It would wake me up. And then JT the Brick also for a few
JT
hours
the
early in
Brick,
his
yeah.
career, our guy JT the Brick. So it was a combination of those three voices heading as I would doze in and out of sleep, and eventually I'd turn it off and then go to bed and wake up for school. But that was kind of how I loved sports radio. That was it. Late nights.
That was awesome.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Now, you know what was fun too is you
Yes.
and I talking about the Rams winning 9 games, and
We were on this all along.
from the beginning of
From
the
the beginning,
preseason,
yeah.
okay, we said 9 games seems plausible. And at 3-6, I don't know about your Twitter, but my Twitter was taking a beating.
Me too.
Okay?
Yep.
About, how's it going to be 9 wins now, Sedano? 3-6.
Yep.
And look where they're at right now.
Little 6-1 action, and look where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, Carson Wentz going to play this week. It doesn't matter. The result doesn't matter. They're going to get the 9 wins.
Yep.
You and I look like geniuses.
Yes.
And I don't know if they will, but I think they can beat the Lions.
I do too. And by the way, so I asked McVay about this earlier. So if you're the 6, you play the Lions. If you're the 7, you go to Dallas. Now,
Right.
Dallas rolled the Rams earlier this year.
Yeah.
I think it's important that they stick with the 6. They can lose and still get the 6.
Yeah.
If Green Bay
I
loses.
want the 6. I want the Lions.
But I want the 6. I want the Lions. That's the story.
Yeah.
By the way, that's the script, right?
Right.
Somebody said the
McVay
other
and
day,
Goff.
that's the script.
Yeah.
McVay, Goff,
Yeah.
Stafford going home, all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Be a massive game.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I want that one because I think that's the more winnable one.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
Dallas is a different team at home.
they are, although Detroit almost beat them.
Yeah, very right on the money.
So there's that. I mean, look, you can make the argument the officials cost them that game.
What, you think so?
The 2-point conversion?
You think that was an official mistake?
Oh, I don't think there's any question.
You think
like when I watched that video, the 2 offensive linemen both walk up to the official by themselves. What do you think they were telling him?
Yeah, was the guy not paying attention?
Yeah, I guess not. Because he said only one of them checked in with him.
Right, and not the one that caught the pass.
They both walked right up to him.
Yeah, I know they were both there. So you think it was a total
botch?
Did the NFL own that?
Well, they've said that those guys will not officiate postseason games.
So
So there is something
so there
to it.
was repercussions.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
So, and look, that's the way it should work, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, look, Dallas isn't playing great either. They lost at Miami. They almost lost to Detroit.
Very up and down.
But I'd much rather face the Lions than a team that's been in the playoffs a number of years with a young Rams team.
Right,
Because that's
right.
what they are. They're still very young, outside of a few positions.
Well, they hit on so many picks.
Dude, the whole defense is a bunch of young guys.
Byron Young, Kobe Turner, Puka, obviously.
Oh, my God, Puka.
Puka's just insane.
He's so good.
Yeah, and they're going to play him to get the record this week. The records.
Yeah.
Because he's got a shot at the most receptions for a rookie and the
Right.
most yardage for a rookie.
Right. And who has those records now? Do we know?
Jalen Waddle.
Oh, really? From the Dolphins?
Yeah, I think it's Jalen Waddle
Okay.
has all the records.
I buy it. Why not? They throw a lot, so it
Yeah.
makes sense. They basically run the same system in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You know, the McVay and McDaniel.
Here's the way I went in my house. We were 3-6, and I said, it looks bad, but Kev told me the Rams are going to make the playoffs.
Kev told you.
Kev told me.
I mean, forget about Sedano
Right.
told you.
And
Yeah,
he's like, oh no, they sold you a basket full of sunshine. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I really think this team has got the pieces to be able to make a run.
And they did.
Sure enough, they did.
Kyron Williams coming back was monstrous.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, their record with him is
Insane.
and without him, they're lost.
Yeah, they're not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they need a real run. Although Darrell Henderson, for a little bit, at least, he kept them in games. Like,
Yeah.
Kyron Williams is clearly better. I mean, they cut Darrell Henderson.
They cut Darrell and kept Ronnie Rivers.
Right. But I thought Henderson did okay,
He did okay.
when he came back for those few games.
He was right off the couch and
Right.
still.
They didn't get blown out in very many games this
They
year.
did not.
What
They
was
hung
it,
around
2?
with everybody? Yeah.
I think it was only 2 games
Dallas,
they lost.
I think, was one of the blowouts.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But they hung with San Francisco. They
did?
hung with who else? Did they play Philly? I want to say they hung with Philly.
Yeah.
They can play with anybody right now, and you can make a case, and I've seen people make the case that the Rams right now are the second best team in the NFC.
Well, the way they've played down the stretch, you can make that argument for sure. I still think the 2 best teams, which we can get to later, are the Niners and Ravens in each respective conference.
Yeah, Ireland's trying to make a bet today. He said, "I'll take the Niners and Ravens. You get the field." I'm like, no, I think the Niners or the Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl, and I think that is going to be the Super Bowl matchup.
I do too. Now, do you buy into the conspiracy theory of the Super Bowl?
Which is?
Oh, I'll tell you on the other side.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah.
I'll tell you about that real quick.
Jeez.
But first, let me tell you about my friends at LAX. Mase, I was just there doing a huge deal with the folks at LAX where
Very
we were out
cool.
there getting a tour of all the new things that are happening at LAX.
You are like Mr. LA.
I am. Well, I literally
Live there.
Like practically live there. I might have slept there once, to be honest with you. Changes are arriving daily to help transform the travel experience. The LAX economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations, which I use every single damn time that I'm there. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding. Who doesn't want to get to their flight faster? And a new facility, which I saw and toured, will have all major rental car brands under one roof. So when your friends come here, all right, and they go to the facility, no more buses. There's not going to be any more buses, period, in the horseshoe. It's going to be the People Mover train that'll connect travelers to all the different terminals, to the rental car facility, and to LA Metro. So if you're a local, you don't even need a car. LAX, man. Los Angeles International Airport. Changes arriving daily to reduce traffic, save guest time, and transform the travel experience. Go for more information to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app. And bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
To know what you need to know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Sitting in for producer Lindsay, it is producer Laura. Take it away, producer Laura.
Thanks, Chris. And you know what, guys? Buying a home in California seems impossible for many.
Oh, my goodness.
Especially for
really
me
tough.
right now. It's really, really tough. But one city in particular wants to help you become a homeowner.
Okay.
The city of Long Beach has a first-time homeowner assistance program, which is designed to assist low and moderate income families traditionally underrepresented in homeownership with purchasing their first home, which I think is super cool. If you're a first-time home buyer in Long Beach, you can receive up to $25,000 to go towards your new home. Of course, like anything, there are some criteria you must meet. Here's a few. You must be 18 years or older. Annual household income cannot exceed 2,000% of the LA County area median income. Be a first-time home buyer, first-generation home buyer. Must be a current resident of the city of Long Beach, among other things. The grant can be applied towards the purchase of a single-family home, townhome, or condo located anywhere in Long Beach, which is a beautiful city, by the way. Mobile homes and multifamily homes are not eligible. There's a lot of other little required that you need, but I'll post a link on my Instagram and Twitter. So you guys want to follow me at UNEEQ_. You guys can get out
So for those that don't know, and Laura, by the way, thank you for bringing the food I ordered. I appreciate that.
the guys did.
Oh,
but-
well, thank you for whoever
Nathan,
brought it.
shout out.
Thank you so much. So the individual LA County median income is $31,048.
Okay.
That was in 2020. That's the latest thing I could find. Okay.
Wow, okay.
So that's from the previous census.
Yeah. That's
and-
the average?
Yeah.
Average.
Yeah. And you said that the median income.
Oh, median. Okay,
Median.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, okay.
So you said 2,000%, right, of that. So 2,000% of that means you'd have to make $620,000.
Yeah, so a lot of people qualify.
So a lot of people qualify. for that.
Yeah.
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 In Long Beach. So
25
shout
grand,
out.
does that go to your down
It could go to
payment, or-
down payment. It can go to like closing costs,
Yeah.
like
Nice.
buying a cheaper interest rate. Like there's a lot of things.
I always say, I tell people, get in the game. If you find a way to get in the game,
Yeah.
because that's the way you can make money in Los Angeles.
It's the biggest asset you'll ever own.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? That's just the
And
reality.
once you're on it, once you're in, you're in.
Yeah. What was it that I teased before that I said to Mase? Do you remember?
The conspiracy.
Oh, the conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I don't even know what this is.
Yeah.
I want to know.
No, but go ahead. Finish the.
No. That's if you guys. I mean, like I said, there's other little requirements that are needed, but these are the bigger ones. And if you guys want the article, I will have it up on my Twitter.
Okay, excellent. My podcast partner, Sue Kalinsky, lives in the LBC.
LBC is beautiful,
Yeah,
man.
it is.
Like,
Long
that's
Beach is nice.
So
It
nice.
is really nice, yeah.
And there's a bar that I went to. I forget the name of it now. But it's like the longest running bar there, and like one of the oldest bars in all of town.
Wow.
Is there in Long Beach? I forget the name of it. It's a big beer joint. Gosh, I'll find it and I'll remember. So my conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
we were talking about the football game, right?
Correct. We were talking about Ravens versus Niners.
The conspiracy theory is if you look at the last 3 Super Bowls, and you look at the Super Bowl logos, they've had the colors of the teams that actually made it in. And this year's logo is purple and red.
Oh, that was a
So,
thing.
wow.
So like the Rams year against the Bengals, it was
Orange
and yellow.
And yellow. Now, does this correlate historically?
The last 3 seasons, it has worked in its favor.
And so right now the logo is
Purple and red.
Purple and red. That's Ravens and Niners. Which I think, I think if there's a dark horse,
Yeah.
if it's not one of those, who is it?
I mean, kind of Buffalo's playing really well all of a
Buffalo
sudden.
is, although Buffalo can play them. If they lose, they can be out of the playoffs.
Completely out of the
Yeah,
playoffs.
completely
Yeah,
out.
they have to play the Dolphins on Sunday night.
I think the Dolphins are the sleeper. No? Really?
They've just lost their 2 best pass rushers to
Oh, that's
injuries.
true, yeah.
So
That's true.
they're in trouble there. And yeah, they just haven't beat anybody good other than Dallas. So I don't trust them.
Yeah. There's nobody really to trust beyond those 2 teams.
Yes, I would agree.
Dallas up and down,
Yeah, because
Philly up and
Philly's had a
down.
real rough go lately. Yeah, and the NFC South teams stink.
They're terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a weird year.
It's a bad year in the NFL, like by NFL standards. Now, people are going to watch because they love the NFL, and the NFL is king, and the violence and the scarcity of the games, et cetera. But it has not been a banner year for play in the NFL.
No, well,
Kansas City's not that good.
There have been 74 different starting quarterbacks this year.
And
That's insanity.
So here's the theory on that.
Okay.
And I do want to get back to the Lakers. We'll do that in the next segment because I do want to give some people, since we already gave people the middle finger about our Rams prediction.
Correct. We were right. You were wrong.
I've got another middle finger to give out about the Lakers.
Good. You're Captain Middle Finger.
Well, you know what? Happy New Year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sedano's back.
You're
He's giving
number
you the
1.
Middle finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you look at the NFL, I had this conversation with 2 former NFL players in the last week or 2. We were having dinner, and they both completely agreed that this was the biggest problem in the NFL.
Okay.
Because over the years, what was a year? I don't know, whatever it's been, right?
Yeah.
5-6 years, they changed the rules on practice time.
Right.
Right? And they also changed the rules on how hard you can practice physically, right?
Right.
You can only be in shells and not like full pads or
Sure.
whatever. These 2 guys, one who is an offensive lineman and retired within the last 7 or 8 years, believes that's the biggest problem in the NFL because they can't protect their biggest asset. We were talking about assets with houses.
Right.
The biggest asset on an NFL team, your franchise, is your quarterback. But when you can't practice as much and you can't practice full speed, offensive linemen are going to struggle, and offensive line play is as bad as it's been. That's not a sexy headline,
right?
But it's practical.
See, I trace it. This is my theory. If you look at the number of dropbacks that quarterbacks have had this year, it's at an all-time high.
Right.
Quarterbacks much more likely to run, scramble, use their escapability. They're much more mobile than they used to be. You combine and
the offensive line can't protect for very long.
And there are more plays now. The game moves faster, so there are more plays where you can potentially get injured.
Yeah.
That's what I attribute the injuries to.
So I think that plays too. I don't think there's any question. But these guys who played in the league absolutely tell me they think, while that is – you can 100% make that case, and I think that if I asked them again, maybe I would text them now, they would agree that is also a part of it, but they believe part of the reason quarterbacks have to run and scramble and whatnot is because the offensive line play stinks now in 2023. And has stunk for a while, which is why quarterbacks keep getting hurt. Joe Burrow's the perfect example. Joe Burrow's had one healthy year, and they went to the Super Bowl.
Correct. Yeah.
But his offensive line stinks.
It's been terrible.
Stinks.
Yeah. By the way, that's one thing the Rams
last year,
all those different this year, they've got a really steady. They've been able to keep that group together all year long.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why Matthew Stafford has had such a great season.
Right. I agree. So I think that offensive line, nobody likes to talk about it because nobody really knows how to judge offensive line unless you've actually played offensive line for the most part.
Yeah.
Right? Or you're someone who's played played the sport. That's a hard position to judge when it's people like you and me who don't know what the hell to look for.
No idea.
Right. So
that's what I use Pro Football Focus for. I look at those numbers on Pro Football Focus. And I don't understand what they mean, but I can see who's doing well.
Well, they give you a good rating based on 0 to 100, basically. So at least it gives you an idea.
Yeah, they watch every play.
Right. So I think that plays a huge factor in this, why guys keep getting hurt, and 74 quarterbacks have taken snaps, and the league this year is not as good.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's just kind of where we're at. Although I do think it's funny because it would be if they can't roll that back. Here's the problem with the rule is you're not going to say, oh, yeah, we're going to make you work more and be more physical in practice. The NFLPA is not going to do that. The NFL is not going to do that.
Nope.
Because then they're like, we're going to take more grief publicly because of that. Because of rolling these rules back. If you do that, this isn't Congress or a new president takes over, you roll back laws or whatever.
Right.
NFL can't afford to do that.
No. And the NFLPA will never go along with that.
No.
No.
Because they want their guys to play as long as they possibly can so they can cash those pension checks.
Yes.
Which I don't blame them for.
Hell no.
But it's part of the deal.
So can I ask you something?
Can I ask you one thing too?
Yeah.
Go ahead, you first.
Okay, me first. Last night, I was having trouble remembering a name.
Yeah.
And I was feeling good.
Yeah.
And so I want to see if you guys can figure out who I'm talking about from this clue I gave Juan.
Okay.
She wears boxy dresses and hates herself.
No clue.
No clue.
Billie Eilish. She wears boxy clothes, and all of her songs are super sad and
they
depressing.
are super sad, yeah.
It's like, Why Am I Here? All of her songs are like that.
Yeah, very much so.
But that's not enough to get boxy dress and hates herself?
I'm not a big Billie Eilish guy, so I mean, that's the problem.
Clearly I'm not a big Billie Eilish guy either.
Yeah.
More Phineas than Billy.
Yeah.
I'm a Phineas guy.
Are you a Pierce guy for the Raiders? I like him.
Yeah, but I mean, I think there's so many better options.
Like who? Harbaugh's going to go there? Belichick's going to go there?
Okay, here's a
way.
You want to hear a conspiracy?
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
Tom Brady?
How about this one?
Oh.
So Jim Harbaugh hired Don Yee.
Yeah, Tom Brady's old
Tom Brady's agent.
Tom Brady's part owner of the Raiders.
Bingo.
That's what you think?
That's what I think. Jim Harbaugh to the Raiders.
I actually want Belichick to go to the Chargers.
Oh, God, I think. Well,
that's the one I would want.
But I think it's never going to work.
Really?
Oh,
I disagree.
Never going to work.
Why?
Never going to. Because he's terrible at drafting. If you look
but they've already got a ready-made team.
he's like the anti-Les Snead. He's made all the wrong picks.
Right, but defensively they still have good young
They
talent.
have good young talent
on
yeah,
defense.
But I don't think that
But they're
team,
ready-made. Like, they are legit. They got a star quarterback, okay? Despite this year, the first 3 years of his career, only Mahomes and Marino have thrown for more yards than him and touchdowns, etc. And they've got skill position players. They've got the talent on defense. So if you're Belichick and you're looking for a quick score,
right,
it would be the Chargers.
Here's the thing. That talent isn't necessarily going to be there next year. We talk
Some
about
of
the
it.
Rams. The Rams are $60
Khalil
million.
Mack, get out of here. Yeah.
The Rams
but it's
are
on
$60
defense.
million under the cap. The Chargers are $60 million over the cap.
I get it, but
they're going to take dead money hits. They're going to be in the same situation the Rams were this year, where they've got to cut guys and say, you know what, we got to clean up the cap and we got to reset.
Yeah, but I think
$60 million over.
You know what he hasn't gotten enough credit for over the years, because now everyone thinks, oh, Brady won a Super Bowl with Tampa, who was loaded, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, let's not make it seem Tom Brady went to the Raiders and won a Super Bowl, okay?
Yeah, right.
Tampa was loaded.
Sure.
Belichick was one of the more creative coaches during that Tom Brady run as anyone. Creative in the way that he utilized players, creative certainly on defense, and the schemes that they came up with. Like, I still think if you give him the right players, he's going to be fine. Belichick, the GM, has failed Belichick, the coach, more than anything else.
Agreed.
I'll give you that.
Agreed.
But if you give him good players, I still think they're going to compete at a high level. I mean, dude, they've actually shown life the last couple of weeks.
But in fairness, Belichick is under 500 lifetime without Tom Brady. It was Tom Brady. It was not Bill
What was Bill
Belichick.
Walsh's record without Joe Montana? Not good, I'll tell you.
Do you think that's comparable?
Yeah.
Tom Brady is the reason why the Patriots won all those Super Bowls.
No, I disagree.
I completely.
No, I
I'm
think
all
Tom
in on
Brady
that.
was a bigger part of the reason why the Patriots won the Super Bowl. I do not think Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl if Nathaniel Hackett is his head coach for 20 years.
Okay, here's the other thing I'll say. The other thing Tom Brady did, because he cared about winning more than anything, is he took less money every year.
He did do that.
He created
but
the room
that's also
for
bull
them
crap
to bring.
too.
Why is that bull crap?
Because he took it on the front end. He just didn't take it on the back end. Like, it just became a signing bonus.
Yeah, but he
still got the money.
He was never the highest paid quarterback.
No,
in
but
the
he
league.
still got the money.
He got money, but he was never the highest paid quarterback
Okay,
in the league.
that's fine.
He's Tom Brady.
Okay, cool. Like, I'm giving him credit for that. Like,
What are you laughing about?
I'm just saying, like, it's not like he didn't get his money. He got his money.
But not as much as
It's-
everybody else.
By
I mean, not that it matters.
a fraction.
Not that it matters, but Tom Brady, I don't think made more than I don't know. What
He
it's-
was never the highest paid guy.
Yeah.
By the way, LeBron was never the highest paid guy. I don't think he's ever been. So it happens. You know? We got to wrap BB Go Liner.
Rap liner. Let's go.
I'm reading the BB Go Liner.
BB Go liner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
let's
Friday.
do it live.
We'll do it live.
On 710. That's this place where we work at.
Yeah.
It's a BB Go Ticket Friday, Mace. Listen all day during the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block. Mega Block. For your chance to win the BB Go prize packs with a chance to score Lakers Clippers tickets. BB Go Ticket Friday, this Friday on 710. BB Go, the official game day snack of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Don't miss
because it's Mason and Sedano. Combo plate.
This is the 710 Combo Plate.
Exactly right. And yes, indeed, the Combo Plate is on Mason and Sedano. We missed this one yesterday, so we got to do it because it's such a great song. On this day, well, actually yesterday, January 2nd, 1988, George Michael released Father Figure in the U.S. as his third single from the album Faith.
Great
Sedano,
song.
Mason continues the Combo Plate right now.
Great song.
It is a great song. This is the big George Michael album that had Faith and all those songs.
Yeah.
He was at his peak.
When George Michael died, I remember
Christmas Day.
I know. I remember watching ABC, and our buddy LZ was on as one of the commentators. They did like a what do they call it?
Panel?
Montage.
Yeah,
like a
okay.
montage, and they had LZ commenting on
Wow.
George Michael.
I see LZ on CNN sometimes.
Yeah.
He goes on there.
I talk to him every once in a while,
you?
mostly about the Lakers and their struggles.
You know, everything I said about Tom Brady, I'd like to retract.
Oh, why is that?
Because I pulled up the career earnings of NFL quarterbacks.
Right.
Who do you think number one is?
Is it Brady?
It's Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
$343 million. Number two, surprising, Matthew Stafford. $328 million. Number three is Tom Brady. So you're 100% right. He did get his money. He made $317 million as quarterback of the New England Patriots.
But a lot of people are fooled into thinking what you think.
Right. But see, I did the research. I went in and I did the research.
I heard you banging away at the keyboard.
Seriously banging away at it.
It's 420, man.
Oh, damn.
Damn, Mace.
Home right now.
You could have been home.
Oh,
sorry.
It's okay. You're hanging out with Sedano.
That's
with
all
us,
right.
You know?
We've had a good show.
I think it's been great.
Yeah.
I think it's been great.
So I want to give people a middle finger for Anthony Davis.
Do it.
Anthony Davis in December averaged nearly 30 points, 13 rebounds, 2.5 blocks, and a steal a game. And by the way, like 3 assists. Like, he was insane.
He's
and
fantastic.
they were bad in December, particularly the latter part of December. But he has been out of control. Like, he's putting MVP type numbers and Defensive Player of the Year type numbers this season.
Here's one thing I brought up with those guys earlier, and Michael was just in a cranky ass mood today. I don't know.
Shocker.
Everything that came up. He was
Michael
cranky about.
texted me while I was on break.
Yeah.
To argue with me about the most ridiculous thing, which I'll tell you in the break. It was hilarious.
Yeah. So why is Anthony Davis's usage rate, the amount of time he has the ball, why is he not in the top 20 in usage rate?
Usually that is more perimeter oriented historically.
But number one is Embiid and number three is Giannis.
I get it. Well, Giannis also is kind of like a perimeter player who masks as an interior player. Because he starts most of his stuff on the perimeter. And by the way, Embiid, they don't like dump it down to him all that often, although they do now with Nick Nurse there this year.
No, he leads the league in usage.
They use him as a hub for everything. It's funny because I think I saw Nick Nurse in an interview say something similar to this, which is we see what Spoelstra has done with Bam Adebayo as kind of a hub from the center position where he has 4 or 5 assists a game and he's able to find guys, not only get his own looks, but find guys. And we think Joel could do that. And here they are, you know?
See, I think this month is going to make.
But do you think he's as good a passer as
Joel
or Bam or Embiid or Giannis? Because I don't.
No, I don't think so.
And I think that's part of the equation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think the more the ball is in his hands, the better for the Lakers.
Yes, and I think with his mindset scoring, but those other 3 guys that we mentioned, Embiid, Giannis, and even Bam, who they'll play tonight, they get big assist numbers on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So and that's just not. If there's one, and I wouldn't call it a weakness, it's just not a strength of Anthony Davis's game. It's just not. He's not a great passer. He's not a bad passer, but he's not a great passer.
See if you agree with this. January will make or break the Lakers. They've got 12 games, 10 of them at home, no back-to-backs. You can attribute some of the struggles to
they have
flying
7
across
back-to-backs.
the country. They've had 7 so far.
There's most in the league.
Correct. And now none in January.
Right, and only one road game, which is at Utah, which is only one time zone over, and a quick hop.
This is it, people.
Yeah.
This is where you got to make hay while the sun shines. You're home. You got a big road trip coming up in February for the Grammys. You've got to win these games right now, and it starts tonight.
I'm with you, Mace. It starts tonight. I like how you put the emphasis tonight. They should win tonight. No Jimmy Butler, no Caleb Martin, who's a big part of their rotation. Josh Richardson has been a big part of their rotation. They're missing 3 key rotation players.
There you go.
Tyler Hero's just coming back from injuries. Only played 4 or 5 games, whatever it's been. Bam has only played like 5 games since he's come back. Although they're doing fine, but like they are at home. The Heat are reeling. The Heat are on a long road trip. Lakers should win this game tonight. If they don't, then I think it's like
there's trouble.
Well, I don't want to.
Sky is falling.
I don't want to.
Sky is falling.
No.
Tomorrow, if they don't win, we're going sky is falling.
I don't want to go that far because I need to see how the game plays out.
Raining cats and dogs. How about that?
How about frogs like in Magnolia?
Frogs like in Magnolia. I love that one.
Yeah. I got to see how the game plays out before I say sky is falling.
Yeah.
Like if they lose a buzzer beater, I'm not going to say sky is falling.
I won't either. But if they were to get blown out, I'd be like, there's some.
If they get blown out, then I'm with you on
Yeah.
that. But I don't think they're getting blown out tonight. I think they're going to win. If anything, I think at worst for them, it's a close game. Like it's like one of those nip and tuck games. But
I got mythical money on the Lakers minus 5.5.
5.5, eh?
Yeah, 5.5.
Yeah.
What do you think of that bet?
No Rui, right?
Yep, no Rui.
LeBron's playing though.
LeBron is.
And AD, obviously.
Yep.
Austin?
He's playing.
Okay.
Reddish is playing. The only guys that are out are Rui, Gabe Vincent, of course.
It's up to 6 now.
Is it? I got 5.5.
Yeah.
I caught it at 5.5.
It's up to 6.
I think that's a good number.
I don't know if I love.
Well, you just said you think they're going to win.
Yeah, but I don't know if I love this. Well, 5.5 is different than 6, right? Like,
Right.
There's that. Like, I could see them winning a 6-point ball game.
I've got a 3-leg parlay. Lakers minus 5.5. Anthony Davis over 29.5 points, and Anthony Davis over 12.5 rebounds. As you mentioned, he's been averaging more than that stuff.
Yeah.
Bam is going to be there tonight, but I still think Anthony Davis is going to get his numbers.
Yeah, AD and Bam always going to have a good battle. They don't have Jimmy to kind of check LeBron.
Right.
Not that he can check LeBron, but I'm saying like at least even guard him. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So that's LeBron should have a monster night tonight because the one guy who can actually defend him a little is the guy who's not available tonight.
Right.
So, you know what? I kind of like your Lakers minus 5.5 now
There you
that
go.
I think about it.
I talked you into it.
Yeah.
What do you think, DeAndre?
I agree.
Yeah,
I
excellent.
agree.
Laura?
Yeah.
Let's all go in on a real bet.
No.
Come on, let's all go in on a real bet.
I can't the game.
You can't do it.
You
Yeah.
can't. Yeah.
But my
It
buddy
was-
Vinny will take the action.
Vinny
I'm horrible.
Boombats?
Vinny Boombot.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look, I think the Lakers, who else do they have after? Well, they have Memphis on Friday.
Yep.
Although they're starting to play much better.
They are, yeah.
I mean, did you see what Ja did yesterday against Wembanyama?
I did not. Is it great?
So, Wemby, the first time Ja went down.
I mean, arguably two of the most exciting players in the game.
No question. So, Ja's coming downhill.
Yep.
And that's when he's at his most dangerous, obviously.
Yep.
And Wemby just stuffs him. Oh. And it was like, whoa,
Nice.
right?
Yeah.
But then Ja came the next time around and was able to get around him, right?
Yep.
He kind of, now, I think Wemby defended the first action, but then Ja came back up and under and scored. Then in the fourth quarter,
Yep.
I saw this highlight yesterday. Ja was coming down the lane, got caught up in the air. Wemby had him, like to stuff him again. He switched hands in midair and then went around lefty and scooped it in. It was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
How have you, how are you levitating?
He's
How are you in
he's
the
like
air
a
that
little
long?
magician.
How are you in the air that long?
Yeah.
It was insane
Yeah.
to watch. So they're playing much better. But
Yeah, Ja at Crypto Friday night. That's good.
yeah.
So they have obviously the Heat tonight, the Grizzlies on Friday, and the Clippers
Clippers.
on Sunday.
On
the
Sunday.
Clippers are kinda
They can
rolling
potentially
right now.
lose all 3 games.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think they're winning tonight.
I think they're winning 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
They
I
beat
say
the
2 out of
Clippers
3.
last time, so I think they'll lose to the Clippers this time.
I think they got to go 7-5 in the month of January.
By the way, I tried to tell you the Clippers would be good.
I'm not buying them yet.
Yeah.
I know.
I haven't. What have they won? Like 11 of their last,
Yeah.
13 or something like that?
Yeah,
Or?
they're still the Clippers.
Exactly.
Now, here's the thing. if Kawhi's healthy, which is a big if.
By the way, that is my expert opinion. They're just the Clippers.
If Kawhi's healthy,
Yep.
in April, May, and June, they're a big problem.
They can be.
The only team, if they're healthy, if all four guys are healthy, and they're because they also have a really good roster, right? Like Norman Powell is like the 5th best player on their team. Like they got a good team. If everyone's healthy, the only team that is their kryptonite is Denver, in my opinion.
Denver's awfully good. Yeah,
I mean, the defending champion is awfully good.
Awfully good. I mean, they're.
Yeah,
they
and
remain the team.
So
beat.
there are only 4 teams in the top 10 in clutch games this year. So for those that know what clutch games are, it's the last 5. If you play in a game in the last 5 minutes and the score was within 5, okay? So those are considered clutch games. And of the top 10 teams that have played the most clutch games, the team that's played the most, the Warriors by a long, they're only 13-13.
Okay.
There's only 4 teams with winning records, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you don't want to be in a close game with these teams.
Okay.
It's Boston, Milwaukee, Miami, and Denver. Those are the 4 teams. It's not a huge surprise that if you look at last year, those were also teams that were also really good in clutch moments.
Right. Why do you think?
Because they just got veteran squads who have played together for the most part.
Right.
Now, Milwaukee this year does not have the same parts, but they've got a lot of veteran guys despite that.
Right.
So it's not like guys who are going to be like afraid of the moment or worried about the moment. Like they've been through this. It's muscle memory at this point. And I think the Lakers' biggest problem is not only the rotations and the lineups, but they haven't settled into anything 35 games in. Like there's no rhyme or reason as to who plays together.
No.
35 games into the season, that is slightly concerning to me. So that's why I'm with you on this month. Big month. I want to see not only wins, but I want to see cohesion, right? I want to see some semblance of chemistry and guys knowing when they're going to play with who and with whom they're going to play.
Right. And I want better starts. I want defense has been a huge letdown during this streak, lost 7 out of 10. So I think that's the other part of it that needs to be, really picked up.
Yeah. All right, coming up next, Mace.
Yeah.
More nonsense.
Oh, nonsense.
Yeah. We haven't had enough nonsense,
There
I feel
hasn't been I've actually got a nonsense question.
You
for
do?
coming up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. But before that, let's talk about our friend Jacob and Ronnie. Happy birthday, by the way.
Is it Jacob's
to
birthday?
Jacob and Ronnie
Happy
today.
birthday,
El Jefe.
Jacob.
Everyone has New Year's resolutions, going to the gym, eating better. You know the deal. If you really want to make a New Year's resolution that can help yourself, I've got a simple one. Put this number in your contacts, 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. That's right. Put our guy Jacob's number on speed dial. Think about it. If you're injured in an accident, you need to take care of yourself. See the right doctor without waiting. That's why you should call Jacob immediately if you get injured in an accident at 844-24-JACOB. Jacob will help you find the right doctors right away, which will allow you to get back on the path to proper health. And, of course, Jacob will handle all the phone calls and paperwork, which mentally will relieve all that stress as well. So, look, I've got Jacob on speed dial, and you should too. That's 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. And you don't pay Jacob unless you win. That's how this works. Remember that. So, guys, a lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. You call Jacob, he'll win for you. Call him at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. And if you call him today, wish him a happy birthday. Visit him online. CallJacob.com.
Don't miss
school with all this vacation time. So let's remember a great Cappy moment from last year, shall we?
Pepe, when you make love, how long does it last?
Oh, my God.
What do you say, Pepe? How long? And be honest. Be honest.
It's none of your business, okay?
There you go, Pepe.
Okay.
Come on.
But, what's the number? How long? 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. What do you say? What do you say is the right number?
Cappy,
Yeah.
it's none of your business.
I understand that, but what I'm
Cappy,
saying
man
is...
is telling you to
back up.
You don't understand that.
No, I do.
No, you sound like Michael Thompson. Jesus Christ. What part you don't understand is none of your business.
God, I miss him, even though I call him spineless. Cappy's back Monday right now. Mace and shit out of the combo plate continues on 710.
Cappy is one of a kind.
Oh, yeah, there's one of one, no question.
Yeah. And Pepe,
Thank
what?
God.
Yeah. Yeah, thank God there's not more than one.
Yeah.
That's true.
We don't need more than one of them running around.
Yeah. What were you going to say about Pepe?
Pepe believes that when he comes in here, there's private things. I'm like, there's really nothing.
No.
Once you walk into this room,
Yeah.
everything's fair game,
It's over.
including the stuff Cappy was asking Pepe about.
It's over.
Yeah.
I feel
it's
so
like,
bad. That all started because I make fun of Cap.
And then he turned it around on Pepe?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Cap said 15 minutes is the average, and then
15
Laura,
minutes?
and then it's very
No.
turned
15
off by
minutes.
it.
I'm just warming up.
Exactly.
There you go.
With that note, Sedano.
Hey, what's on tap today on 710? Thanks to Michelob Ultra. Lakers are back on the court tonight at Crypto.com against the Heat. Coverage begins at 5:30 with the Toyota Lakers countdown to tip-off with Sliwa. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock with John and Michael. Hear all the play-by-play with those guys on 710 or in crystal clear digital audio on the new ESPN LA app. Just click the Lakers Listen Live tile. Michelob Ultra, by the way, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. So, Mace.
Yeah.
You had a nonsense question.
Oh,
for
yeah,
me.
I have an answer. So it's not so much a question. I went to see Wonka. You know the movie Wonka?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Little Tim Chalamet is doing
So
that.
my daughter, who's 9, wants to see it. Is that a kid's movie?
Honestly, yes.
Really?
It's a family movie.
Okay.
You can take the whole family.
Musical, right?
Yeah, it's a musical. Little Tim Chalamet singing songs, flying in the air, all that kind of stuff. He's like young Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
So I go there, and I go to the AMC. I'm a member of the Stubbs Club.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I get an unlimited number of movies at AMC.
That's cool.
So there are all these trailers on, 20 minutes of trailers. And one of them is, and they make me feel unsafe about life. Like, first of all, there's one movie called Night Swim.
Oh, I've seen the commercial for
And
this.
there's like a monster inside their pool,
Pool.
like
Yeah.
sucking them down.
Yeah.
So the pool is not safe.
Yeah.
Then I see a trailer for a movie called Imaginary.
Right.
And it's about a killer teddy bear.
Oh.
The teddy bear like turns into a monster and attacks.
So it's like Ted meets Chucky.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I'm like, is anything safe anymore? Like, does Jason Blum have to make everything scary?
Yeah, pretty much.
Apparently, there's money in that, right?
Yeah. I feel like there's not great horror films anymore. Like, remember when we were younger?
Yeah.
You had Jason and Freddy
Freddy.
and Michael Myers.
Classics. They were classics.
Yeah, 100%.
Have you guys seen The Nun or The Nun 2?
Now, I heard The Nun is super scary.
Okay, so we didn't know what to do for New Year's Eve, and we stayed in, and the Boo and I decided to watch. We watched The Nun, and we wanted to watch The Nun 2. That thing is creepy AF.
Did you watch both of them back to back?
No.
Oh.
We watched it before, but we wanted to see the sequel because we've heard it's creepy. It's creepy, man. I don't know why
I don't
we
want to be
decided.
scared when I go to the movies.
I do this
I want other stuff. I don't need horror stuff anymore. I don't need my pool or my teddy bear to kill me.
to attack you, make
Yeah,
you feel
exactly.
unsafe.
Very unsafe. Very unsafe.
The pool one is kind of weird.
It is. It's scary.
Yeah. And the commercial's kind of scary.
The commercial's scary. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's that guy Jason Blum.
Yeah.
Blumhouse. He makes everything scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever it is, it can
It
kill
sells,
Do you
man.
think he's trying to be like M. Night Shyamalan?
you. No, he's much more successful than M. Night Shyamalan.
Wow.
Oh, Jason Blumhouse. That's huge, man. M. Night Shyamalan never fooled me a single time.
What about the first time with I See Dead People?
I could have stood up, turned to the theater, and said, "He's dead already." I knew it.
Oh, really?
There's a movie called The Village, which is like old-fashioned-y, and they're churning butter in that. I'm like, it's present day.
Yeah.
And of course they go out and it's present day. It's like M. Night Shyamalan has never.
You think he's
fooled
too
me.
predictable?
He's so predictable.
Yeah.
Everybody says, "Oh, big twist." I'm like, no, I can see the twist coming a mile
So
away.
you
M.
know,
Night.
you know what movie got me? And again, this was before I knew how good he was as a director. Was Nolan. So Nolan has a movie called Memento.
Yes,
You've seen it?
Guy Pearce. Yeah,
Right. It was Guy Pearce. Right. Exactly. And the lady who played Trinity in The Matrix too. What's her name? Is in that movie. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is.
Her.
Laura. Yeah. I'll
Her.
find it.
Her.
Yeah, her.
So I had no idea. I like walking into movies when I don't know anything
Me
about
too.
them. Like nothing. That I am going to be surprised and shocked.
Carrie-Anne Moss.
So I'm walking into Memento. I had a buddy, Lewis, who was a childhood buddy of mine. We're big movie buffs. And what we used to do is Sunday during the Oscars.
Yep.
We would go to a couple matinees to see a couple of the movies, right?
Yeah.
We try to knock in a couple that we didn't see.
Sure.
So one year we went to go see Memento, and I think it was also the same year as Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or maybe
Sounds right.
something like that. Like
Yeah.
it was in that range, or maybe it was Pollock. I don't know. It was one of those years. So we watched Memento, and he and I walk into this movie, and he's baked out of his mind. Okay, I'm not.
Nice.
I'm sober.
You're
but
sober?
at that point. Sober.
Okay.
Okay. Thank God I was sober, because I would have never figured out what was happening the first 30 minutes of Memento.
You've got to. It's one of those movies where you have to watch and just accept. I'm not going to understand all this.
At least at the beginning.
I'm not smart. The movie is way smarter than I am at the start of it.
It took me about 40 minutes or so to figure out, oh, that's what's happening.
Yep.
And, I mean, the movie's probably like 15 years old now, so I could probably
As
just...
I remember, it goes backwards, right?
No. It goes backwards, but it starts 15 minutes later. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and it
yeah,
goes
yeah,
back
yeah.
15
It goes back
minutes.
15 minutes, yeah.
Right. And then the next scene starts and it's 30 minutes later.
Yeah.
And it goes back.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
It's like this crazy puzzle. If you're baked, I don't think you can follow that at all.
My buddy was looking at me like, what the is going on here?
Yeah, no.
And I was just like, I don't know. And I'm like trying to figure out. And then after the third scene, where I said, oh, it's working backwards.
Yes.
No wonder we couldn't understand what was going on.
Right,
And then you start piecing it all together. So Nolan, to me, is the guy that always gets me.
He is. I mean, did you see Oppenheimer?
I have not yet.
So I sold,
too busy during travel season.
I saw Oppenheimer in a theater. It was great. I think I saw it on opening weekend.
And Inception is great too. Like that, and also a little kind of out there. You got to kind of think for a second.
That's a good stoner movie,
Yeah.
Inception.
Yeah.
So I think Nolan, the way I sold it at home, because Juan is not into this stuff, I said, we'll watch Oppenheimer in a 3-part miniseries, because it's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Watch an hour, then watch an hour, and then watch an hour.
Yeah.
So that's the way we're going to do it. We're going to do the same thing with Killers of the Flower Moon, which I saw in the theater, which is great.
Right.
But we're going to turn it into a miniseries.
Right.
So it's more digestible than a 3-hour movie.
Yeah. I got it. And
would you ever go to a 3-hour? Ireland's like, no.
Yeah. I've been to a bunch of 3-hour movies.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, first question.
Some of the best movies I've ever seen are like 3 hours.
I suggest a movie to Juan. First thing he says is, "What's the runtime?"
Really?
Yeah.
The boo's like that. So
He's
I like your idea
he's
of
like,
a
102 minutes. I'm there.
Yeah. My wife only likes to go to the movies if she's read the book.
Oh.
Or an animated movie.
She likes animated movies.
Yeah. Or she's read the book, one or the other.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen that many movies together. We've seen, now she's come to a couple because I wanted to see them, like some of the Batman movies or whatever.
Sure.
But we saw, in the theater, we saw a bunch of the Toy Story movies because animated. But we saw Hunger Games because she read the books.
Yeah, right.
We saw The Help, which is
a
great movie.
Yeah, it's great.
Which she read the book. We saw some ridiculous hamster movie. What is that movie called? G-Force. You ever heard of that?
No.
It's ridiculous.
It's about hamsters?
Yeah, it's like an animated hamster movie. It's really dumb. I don't know why we saw it.
Is it a kid movie?
It has to be a kid's movie.
It
right?
is a kid's movie.
Okay, yeah.
Because I mean, that
G-Force.
pitch, that
Yeah.
pitch,
Yeah.
okay, it's animated.
I think
hamsters.
Penelope Cruz is one of the hamsters, if I recall correctly.
I love her.
Yeah, she's great.
So we haven't seen that many movies together. We actually don't have a lot in common on TV either. Like, we love Parks and Rec. We watched that together.
Never saw it.
Oh, you should.
Skip the first season.
No, don't skip it. It's short. It's
is.
not
First
as
season isn't as good.
not great.
Not great.
They're developing the characters in and it's only like 6 episodes or something like that.
Okay.
But season 2, of Parks and Rec might be one of the funniest network sitcom comedies I've ever seen.
We're looking for something. I'll try it.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Get to season 2 quick.
Yeah.
And you'll love it.
Race through
season 1, get through quick. Just get through it. And when you get to season 2, take your time because it's fun.
Now, Chevy Chase is on that show, right?
No, that's Community.
Oh, that's Community.
Which is not as good.
Right, and everybody can't stand Chevy Chase.
Is it really a thing? Is that a thing?
I
don't know that.
I've heard Joel McHale come out and talk about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He told you personally or just like on a...
It's like one of those interview things.
Oh, I was going to say. Was he on the Culture Pop podcast or something?
Chevy Chase blew up at me.
What?
Yeah, when I was doing the Snyder.
Tell us on the other side.
Okay, I will.
How about that?
Yes.
And also coming up next, we will get back into the Lakers, the Rams. I actually have a USC take for you.
Ooh.
How about that?
Nice.
We'll get to that. But first, guys, you need AC? You got plumbing problems? All right. You need a new furnace, water heater? I got the place for you. Next Gen. All right. My guys at Next Gen, my guy Ismail, he'll take care of you with limited time state, federal, local rebates. Okay. They're going to try to save you money here. Listen up. You could be on your way to as much as $10,000 in savings on a new furnace and AC systems, new water heaters, and all sorts of other things thanks to Next Gen Air and Plumbing. Simply, just call them. All right? Call their Next Gen rebate hotline. Here's the number. Write it down. 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-NEXGEN. And their rebate team will help you save every penny possible. Up to $10,000. You could pay almost nothing out of pocket. And be sure to ask about Next Gen's incredible zero payments for 90 days financing options on approved credit. That's right. Absolutely no payments for 90 days with these financing options and rebates that can drive costs down to nearly nothing. Now is the perfect time to call the whole home experts at Next Gen Air and Plumbing. Don't wait. These financing options and rebates won't last. So call them at 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app. And bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
Billie Jean as the second single from Thriller. The combo play with Mase and Sedano continues now.
What a great song.
It's unbelievable. It's one of the 5 greatest records of all time, I think.
What else would you put in that category as someone who spun records?
Prince, When Doves Cry.
Ooh, that's a good one. Not 1999?
Tough.
Or Let's Go Crazy?
Or Little Red Corvette. I mean,
Yeah.
he's got so
I
many.
like Let's Go Crazy. It's kind of my personal Prince favorite. But
I'll tell you, the night I put When Doves Cry on and he comes out with that, I'm like, man, this guy is just completely original.
And just his incredible performance on the guitar.
Oh, yeah. Who else would be on that? What?
I mean, Eric Clapton, like, I think someone asked him once, like, who the greatest guitar players ever seen. He said Prince.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So what are the other ones? So When Doves Cry, Prince.
Yep.
Michael Jackson.
Billie Jean.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with...
What about the rock genre? Is there one in the rock genre there?
Well, see, I'm a big U2 fan.
Okay.
So I'd put... But my favorite U2 song is actually With or Without You.
With or Without You is good.
Which is great.
Yeah. I like Where the Streets Have No Name, personally. But.
I love Where the Streets Have No Name.
Yeah.
By the way, did you go to the Sphere?
I did. And I'll tell you my feedback on the Sphere.
There's a Beach Boys song called
Good Vibrations?
God Only Knows.
Oh.
Do you know that song?
I do not.
God Only Knows is a great single.
I'm sure if I heard it, I would know.
You would know it for sure.
Yeah.
And then you've got to go back to, some great Motown singles. And that
I was just going to say, is it like an Aretha or something? Or, yeah. What's going on?
What's going on? Yeah.
What's going on? So here's my quick thing on the Sphere. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I do know the song.
Love this song.
Before I get to my USC take, which I have a hot take on USC.
Nice.
But the Sphere. So you were right. I loved how they ramped it up the first 30 minutes or so. And, I mean, first few songs, right? And then you get full Sphere.
Slowly it comes out.
And then you get full Sphere. This thing is like rotating. I felt like I was tripping on acid.
Yep.
I honestly had to focus on just kind of like the stage for a second because there was too much going on. And I was getting like dizzy.
Yeah.
Like
it might not be your thing.
Right. Second, only one of the things that appeared on the Sphere did I have to. The Elvis thing they did.
Oh, yeah.
There was too much going on.
Yeah.
And I had to focus on the stage for seeing it.
Right.
And then, so the first 30 to 45 minutes, out of control.
Yep.
But then like the next hour, so hour, was a lot of ballads, Sphere.
Well, wait a minute. They do the whole thing with the strip and disappearing, then coming back.
Right,
and
but
then
that's
you feel like you're outside.
That's towards the end of that middle part of the show.
Got it.
But there's a legit stretch where it's just songs with them on the screen.
Yes, true.
And a few little bells and whistles around them. And that's like 45 minutes of the concert. And I like U2, but they're not like my favorite band.
They're the band of my lifetime. Like the last time they were at the Forum, I saw them 2 nights in a row.
So nothing they've played was something I hadn't already seen or at an arena or a stadium, which has a different energy and vibe to it. And then the last 30, 40 minutes were out of control again because they cranked up the Sphere.
Yeah.
The Sphere is the show.
Oh, it is the show.
U2 is secondary to the Sphere. Yeah. And I think that that's what people need to understand when they go there. So like when a buddy asked me about going, I said, after the first 30 or 45 minutes, there's going to be about a 30 or 45 minute stretch where things are going to slow down. Not going to be as much Sphere.
Yep.
It's going to be more on the concert. That's when you go get a drink and then come back.
Well, it raises an interesting question because does it mean that that's not an ideal concert venue for an act? Because it is about the Sphere and it's not about them.
Right.
Like, does everybody want to perform in the Sphere?
Well, Dead and Company is next. And I would imagine their trippiness, all the trippy stuff they're going to put up.
I know Fish is coming up.
Well, I heard Dead and Company.
Dead and Company's going there?
Yeah.
Is I think John Mayer's still playing with Dead and Company.
Sometimes, not all the time. Yeah. Although I saw John Mayer on CNN on New Year's Eve at a cat bar.
He was in a cat cafe.
In Tokyo. Yeah.
So funny. I love watching New Year's Eve on...
with what's his face
Andy,
from Bravo
Andy
and
just like I don't give a blank about anything.
And they brought back the drinking.
Yeah.
So I would say the Sphere is absolutely the act.
Yeah.
And then the actual musical act is secondary.
Yeah.
So now it's interesting because I went to Depeche Mode the night before across the street.
Yeah. They
were better performers than U2. They didn't have all the bells and whistles that U2 had, but their performance had more energy than U2's performance.
Okay, so what I wonder is what would U2 do in that same environment, knowing that they are the show, it's not the Sphere. I just think people,
You think they would change up their act?
I do.
Maybe, but what I would say is, like when I was at Depeche Mode the night before here at Crypto, nobody sat down the entire concert. And at the U2 concert, it was up and down. There was some times that people were standing. There were times that they weren't. Particularly at the end, everybody was standing.
Right.
But the energy was different. Depeche Mode's energy was better than U2's energy. And maybe it's because it was the last show before the holiday break that I went to at the Sphere.
How old are the Depeche Mode guys?
Similar ages as
Similar
U2.
ages to U2,
Yeah.
right? They've been around for a long time.
Yeah, I would say they're slightly younger, but not by much.
Yeah.
Maybe 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Because they were like early 80s and U2 was like late 70s when they first started.
I think if you perform at the Sphere, you get swallowed up by it.
Yeah.
And you don't, it's not, U2 did not, I think it's fair to say, they didn't give the greatest performance in the world. They didn't have the energy. They were like, look, we got this whole thing
Right.
behind us.
So when the
put
Sphere
on a
was
show.
cranking, they were cranking.
Yes.
But there was a stretch in the middle where there was a lot of slow songs, a lot of ballads, a lot of just nothing really happening on the Sphere side as much. And it was just like, okay. And in retrospect, that's when I should have gotten a cocktail. So.
Yeah. Should have popped a gummy.
We did at the end because we wanted to go out on the Strip afterwards and have some fun and people watch.
Oh, my God. It was so.
But I didn't want to get overwhelmed and bug out a little bit, you know?
I didn't bug out. I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Dude.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Right, I'm sure. But I was like, I wanted to have some fun on the Strip afterwards. So.
Yeah, I was low-key faded, bro.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you, Mase. How were you dressed that day? Did you go similarly to what the attire you've shown me?
I was stylish.
I think you look handsome, Mase.
Thank you.
I think you look
You
handsome.
look good, Mace.
Means a lot.
I agree.
You look good.
The hell with John and Greg.
Go back to my old show tomorrow.
Even
They'll make fun
Beto
of
said
me
you
again.
look good.
Yeah, even Beto did.
And Beto never says anything nice about anybody for the most part.
That's true.
Thank you, Beto.
Yeah.
You know.
I have
See,
a
the
now.
chain works.
Yeah, I have a
He didn't like the chain.
Oh,
You
come
know, you see the
on.
chain,
The
be dependent
chain
on that
works.
D-Cash Money loves the chain.
Get a pendant on
chain,
that
right?
chain, you'd be
Pendant?
rocking, man.
No,
He
no,
needs
no,
a
no
pendant, he
pendant.
says.
No pendant. No pendant.
Oh, no, I think I can totally wear
You
it.
can wear the
I'm
chain.
Pulls it off.
Oh, look,
Yeah,
there's
he's
Bergman.
Greg.
He's coming in the back. No, the chain is a. The
I
chain is a
thought
real
that
thing.
sweater you wore yesterday looked great.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you.
Uh-oh, Greg did not agree.
This one's good.
No, that
No,
sweater
the
was
Chain
great.
totally works.
Chain doesn't work.
Yes, it does.
Jacket works.
Your sweater yesterday was cool.
Yeah, thank you.
I like the sweater.
He doesn't dress cool, so he doesn't know.
Yeah, look,
That's what I was gonna say.
He dresses in station polos
taking-
every day
I'm taking
Wow.
fashion
and
tips.
quarter zips.
Wow.
You know.
This is a shirt myself.
This is a shirt.
Shirt myself.
This is a shirt myself. That's the management. This is a shirt myself.
Oh my God. Sure.
So Mase,
Yeah.
real quick on SC.
Good.
Before I leave.
Yeah, hot take.
They blew last season in a way that you shouldn't when you have a generational talent at quarterback.
Yep, I agree.
Like the more I went back and watched them play, and I watched the bowl game, the Holiday Bowl, and I went back and watched. It kind of made me go down a little rabbit hole down their season.
Yep.
I'm like, they really blew this in a big, big, big way. Like that kid is going to be a Mahomes-like player.
Yes, he is.
And they did it one year, but they could not follow up. And I don't know if it was just bravado, ego, like whatever you want to call it about the defense.
Yep.
It's amazing to me. And now they find themselves in a position where they don't know who the next quarterback's going to be.
Correct.
And
that Cam Ward kid went to the draft. I know they were focusing
Well, I
on
heard
him.
he may not go back to the draft.
Oh, really?
He hasn't signed with an agent, so he's leaving himself the ability to be open.
okay.
But they wanted the kid, Will Howard from Kansas State.
Kansas State, yeah.
And it looks like he may be going to Ohio State now.
Right.
And then I guess Miller Moss's game scared him away a little bit. I don't, because it looks like he's staying.
Yeah, Miller
but
Moss
there's
is
no
staying.
way they want Miller Moss to be the quarterback
No,
next
they
year.
They want to transfer.
Right.
There's no
and
question they
Malachi
wanna
Nelson's
transfer.
in the portal now.
Yeah, they were never in on.
He
Malachi
wasn't
Nelson.
ready. He's not going to be ready this year.
Riley was just cold on him from the start.
It was his guy, though.
It was his guy. He was cold as soon as he saw him. He was like cold on him, and they were going to go transfer. And here's the big problem. USC's recruiting class ranks number 20 nationally.
Yeah, not good.
And its transfer portal ranking is number 36. So they are not getting the players that they would have expected to get. They got no 5 stars in this recruiting class.
Yeah.
And they're USC.
Well, I'm curious to see what next season looks like because I do think if they have another bad one, I think people are going to start to look at Lincoln Riley in year 3 if they don't have a good season and be like, what do we sign up for here?
Right.
You know? Especially going into the Big Ten.
Yes.
Hey, you in Ireland are hitting the streets, Mace, the city of Redondo Beach. Join them on Monday, January 15th, as they broadcast live at the Ralphs from 1 to 4, thanks to our friends at BBGO. Meet Lakers legend Derek Fisher and Sasha Vujacic and win fabulous prizes and, of course, your shot at courtside seats thanks to BBGO. By the way, on this script, it says meet Lakers legends Derek Fish and Sasha Vujacic. Not Derek Fisher.
Derek Fish.
Just Fish.
Just Fish.
Yeah. Oh, you just could have just said Fish. People would have known. Ralph's is at 1413 Hawthorne Boulevard in Redondo Beach, Monday at 1 p.m. with Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. And if you want, I told you, go next door to that Total Wine.
Total Wine.
Next to that Ralph's, Ireland. Go to that Total Wine. There's a guy in there who is the manager. He's got long black hair, beard, glasses. That guy never misses on picking a great bottle of wine.
You know, I went to see your boy Chris Ward today. He hooked me up.
Oh, yeah? Shout out to my guy, Chris Ward.
Yeah, Chris Ward. Actually, I got a doggy bag.
But I don't know what that guy's name is at the Total Wine, but he's hooked me up every time.
I'll get the name.
He's the guy with the hair and the beard.
I'll get the name.
Long hair, beard, glasses.
Yeah. Beautiful.
There you go. All right, I'm out of here. Ireland's going to be in for a little bit, and then we'll see you all at the arena.
This is the Rams Report.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app. And bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
And it is a special edition of Sedano and Cappy because it's Mason and Sedano. Combo plate.
This is the 710 Combo Plate.
They'll walk you up to the Toyota Lakers countdown to tip-off at 5:30 p.m. with Sliwa. Lakers Heat tonight, 7 o'clock. Hear it all here on 710 ESPN. Right now, it is time for What You Need to Know. What You Need to Know is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Sitting in for producer Lindsay, it is producer Laura. Take it away, producer Laura.
Thanks, Chris. And what you need to know on top of what I'm about to tell you is that Sedano had to leave, but we have Ireland.
Yeah, we're doing a tag team here. I got to go over there as soon as I'm done with you. You're not going to the game, are you?
I'm not going
tonight?
to the game tonight.
Okay.
No.
All right, Laura, what do you got?
All
What do
right.
we need to know?
Yeah,
What you need to know. Actually, this is really for Mace and I and all the Starbucks
okay.
drinkers, and I know he drinks this, Starbucks every day. So they're doing something new this year, kind of. The coffee mogul will start letting customers use their own cups, which has been a thing before, but now you can do it in most orders. So if you're ordering on the drive-thru, you just tell your barista, "Hey, I have my own cup," Or if you're doing a mobile order, they have customized this so you can put in that you will be bringing your own cup.
Okay, here's something I don't get. The purpose of the mobile order, which is the only way I go to Starbucks, is to get in and out. If I walk in and I'm bringing my own cup, then I have to wait for one of the baristas to be free. This is a terrible idea.
So they're doing it because they want to reduce the massive amount of waste that the coffee chain produces every year.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Get my order and get me out of there.
I want a free cup. With every coffee, I want a free cup at Starbucks. That should be their
For me, it's all about time.
Oh, yeah. The mobile
I
order
love
thing is awesome.
mobile order at Starbucks because you don't have to talk to anybody. You just walk in, grab it, and go.
Yeah.
I'm with you, but people, they're saying that they create a lot of waste, so this is a way of eliminating. Which
I'm anti-waste, but pro-cup.
Yeah, and I say anybody who says you shouldn't take a cup from Starbucks is an environmental wacko that is too concerned about this. This is like the same people who wanted all paper straws in Manhattan Beach.
I hate
paper straws.
I love a good plastic straw.
Yeah, give me a plastic straw. Give me a cup at Starbucks, and Mace can worry about the environment.
This segment brought to you by
Morongo.
Greenpeace.
But hold on. The thing I get, this is what got me. You must bring a clean cup. They have to specify that.
Oh, please.
You must bring a cup that is no more than 40 ounces, so 40 ounces and under. And on top of that, you will get a 10-cent discount if you bring your own cup.
Keep your dime. Give me my cup.
And 25 stars, which is nothing now, because they increase the amount of stars that you get when you purchase.
Yeah,
So
I'm
to me,
out.
it's like,
I'm out.
I'm not
I'm
bringing
out.
my own
I'm out.
cup. I'm not in
I-
on this.
I-
DeAndre, in or out?
I'm out.
Yeah.
I ain't go to Starbucks like that anyway, so.
You don't go to Starbucks?
Nah, not like that. Nah.
You
I'm
don't
not,
drink
I'm not a
coffee?
big. I'm not a big coffee drinker.
Oh my
No,
god.
their
I
tea's
get
great.
iced tea there primarily.
Do you get? You do get iced tea.
Yeah.
I get 2 quad espressos every day.
Yeah, I get no, what is it called? The medicine ball. I love that thing. Just like very
By the way,
soothing.
a lot of these things are just milkshakes. If you go
Right.
to Starbucks, I mean, it's just really
Oh, yeah, I
a
don't do the
milkshake
sugary
with a
stuff.
little bit of coffee in it. It's like the cinnamon roll coffee. It's like it's just filled with sugar and cinnamony stuff.
If you look at how much sugar is in those drinks, it's ridiculous.
Take a look at the calories on some of that stuff. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So I'm glad you're out, Mace, because I wasn't sure. Because
There's
I'm
no way I'm
totally
bringing
out.
a cup to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Out.
weird.
All of us out.
So that's what you
By
need
the
to
way,
do.
I know what you were wondering. What's on tap today on 710? Well, thanks to Michelob Ultra, Lakers are back on the court tonight at Crypto against
Yeah,
the
they
Heat.
are. Better
Coverage-
win, too.
Coverage starts at 5:30 with the Toyota Lakers countdown to tip-off. Pre with the Sleek coming up for you at 5:30. Tip-off is at 7. You can hear all the play-by-play with Ireland and Michael on 710 in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Just click the Lakers button. Listen live, and you can hear the game right on the ESPN LA app. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. So you missed a lot while you were gone.
What did I miss? Wait, is what you need to know a one-time thing?
It's
Just
2
one.
times.
Okay, you got another one?
No, this one's just one. But we do it-
What if
yeah.
I need to know more?
I mean, what else you want
I
to know?
need to know other stuff.
All right.
Oh,
have you guys seen?
I
Have
have
you guys
something.
seen this video that's gone viral with the judge in Las
Yes,
Vegas?
I
saw
sent it
this.
to him.
Yeah, I saw this.
Sent it to
This
me.
is the most. First of all, I want to hire this dude to play linebacker for the Rams, but the problem is, I think he's going to be locked up for the foreseeable future. So this guy, have you seen this video, DeAndre?
I have, yeah.
All right, this dude is up for appeal. Like he's trying to get out of jail on an appeal, and the judge says, "Hey, I've looked this over, and I'm not going to give you your freedom." And he says something I can't say on the radio.
Yep.
And then leaps over the lectern, over the judge's. Is that what you would call it, a lectern? Judge stand. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a reason the judge sits up high, and that you can't just go tackle the judge. But this dude goes full Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
And leaps over the stand and
crazy.
tackles the judge, and then like 8 dudes jump on this guy and get him off. The judge had to go to the hospital because she hit her head.
But it's okay.
But she's fine. But here's the question. I don't know what this guy was facing. Let's say he had 5 years left on his sentence. What do you, Mace, how much do you tack on for this tackle the judge thing?
I would say
That's another 20 easy, right?
Got to be another 20. You attacked a federal official?
Well, I don't know if it's a federal judge, but it's a Las Vegas municipal judge. It's at least 10, and I'm thinking more like 20. You don't want this guy out on the street.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Laura?
Honestly, when we saw that, I said, if this dude had something so minimal, now he's looking, I thought 30 plus.
30 plus?
Yeah.
And I say this guy's 30. So if you lock him up for 20 years, he gets out when he's 50.
Wow.
Well, I guess it depends. I mean, I know she's okay, but it's also it's a judge. It's
you can't
different.
be leaping over the lectern tackling the judge. So
And
it'll be I'll be very interested to see what this adds to his sentence, because you know he's going to be charged with a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah. And if you haven't seen it, I tagged Ireland and Mase on Twitter. I mean, you've been living under the rock for the past 2 hours. But
I couldn't believe it.
it was crazy. I thought it was fake when I first saw it.
I
thought it was
watched it
fake.
again.
Yeah, I mean, he just jumped. I mean, it's like when Ben Skowronek jumped over the line to block that kick.
And you know what? Wasn't that fair? Didn't Myles Garrett do the same thing and they called Ben Skowronek for something?
There's two. Okay, so I looked into this.
Okay.
There's two things on that play that the Rams could have got flagged for.
Okay.
One, Skowronek, you can't touch anybody, and Skowronek did not. He did a clean jump over the line, and then he blocked the kick. But I didn't know this. It's illegal to do that with a running start. You can't do a running start and jump over the line, or everybody would do it. You have to be standing at the line and then jump. He does take a couple of steps. You could constitute it as a running start. That's number one. Number two, his buddy on the line, the defensive nose guard, basically, you remember the old game Can the Center when you were playing football? He doesn't can the center, but he presses him down.
Yeah.
To give Skowronek a little more of a ramp.
Yep.
And so those are the two things that messed him
A
up.
for effort.
Yeah.
Gave it a shot.
I don't know, man.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
Do you just not know?
No, I wasn't paying attention. And you looked at me. I was doing an email.
I didn't even ask you a question.
But you looked at me very, very
I
fiercely.
don't know,
I was
man.
like, oh, I don't know, man.
I asked this, John. What comes to mind? What are the top 5 singles of all time? It came up because
singles like songs?
Yes, records. Top 5 singles of all time. One of them that came up was Billie Jean, which I would put on the list.
Yeah. I would imagine, I think the Beatles' biggest hit was I Want to Hold Your Hand.
Yeah, that's probably there.
Yeah, so you got to put that on there. Now,
Motown, I'm going to represent
nobody
it
buys 45s anymore,
Yeah.
so it's hard to get like a single.
I would go Marvin Gaye, What's Going On,
Yeah.
to represent Motown. I would go When Doves Cry to represent Prince.
Yeah.
Billie Jean to represent Michael Jackson. I like your idea of the Beatles, but then you have no room for Elvis.
Well, Greg wouldn't want Elvis on there
Greg
anyway.
would not want Elvis. I would like Viva Las
Viva Las Hound Dog, maybe?
Hound Dog,
Sinatra's tough to leave out. Beyonce's tough to leave out. Adele's tough to leave out.
Impossible.
Aretha's tough to leave out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's tough.
that's hard.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to do Radio Tinder, right?
Correct.
So, by the way, this
we used to do this all the time.
This is the official combo plate, full strength. It was me and John for a couple hours, then it was me and Sedano for a couple hours. Now it's me and John again.
And then it's me and Michael.
It takes a village to run this radio station. All right, coming up next for you to do some Radio Tinder. What was that, Laura?
Oh, I said I was going to text you something.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Text away.
I will look for that text. Combo plate, 710 ESPN.
with Cap because it's Mason and Sedano. Combo plate.
This is the 710 Combo Plate.
And yes, indeed, look, it's Johnny I on the combo plate. While Sedano's over at the arena, Johnny I going over to crypto shortly. Radio Tinder time, we like to play a TV theme. One of my favorite TV themes of all time and one of my favorite TV shows of all time. I consider myself a J.R. Ewing type, but here's the thing. I think Johnny I and I can both agree about the greatness of one Victoria Principal, who played Pamela Barnes Ewing on Dallas. She turned 74 today. You can follow producer Laura somewhere at unique_apostrophe. I don't know. She's sitting in for producer Lindsay. And don't forget about our sponsor, Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. # life-changing tequila. Founded in the city of Downey, just like me. Take it away, producer Laura.
Thanks, Christopher. But you know where to follow me because you're always liking my stuff. Is UNWEQ_. But I want to throw it to me. Is there a colon? First. No.
No, okay.
No.
I remember Willard, when he worked here, had 2 underscores.
Yeah, you don't want a lot
of
underscores.
Come on, man.
I don't want it, but it's the whole thing with Unique started in college.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't get the name, so I had to put an underscore. So it's been a thing.
Yeah, no.
As long as there's not more than one, I'm okay with it.
No, it's just one. Uno.
Yeah.
Just uno.
Semicolon?
No.
No, all right.
No.
What do you got?
Okay. Oh, Mace? After? Okay. Maybe. Music, DeAndre?
Hey, it's a combo. It's
a combo play. All right.
right.
All right, guys. So I was reading this article that's saying unwinding after a long day might be bad for your sleep health, but only if you're staying up to do so. There's a new term called sleep revenge procrastination, which means staying up late at the end of a long day to spend some time to unwind before you go to sleep. An expert, Dr. Alicia Roth, says stressed out folks often do this so they can kind of just mindlessly roam through social media. Okay. But she's saying a lot of the times you should just go directly to bed if you're tired.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
I'm an expert on this particular subject because I have trouble falling asleep. But like tonight, the game will end. I'm not going on social media. I'm not doing anything. I'm going home and I'm going to bed. And it takes me a while to fall asleep, but now I got these sleep gummies, and I reloaded today.
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to. But I'm always afraid, Mace, to take the gummy until I get home. I don't want to take the gummy and have to drive home.
Oh, God, no.
So I always wait till I get home, take it right away, and hopefully be asleep within half an hour.
Yeah.
Doesn't always work. But
I've actually been a little bit more accessible at night on the Twitter. You can usually get me on night, especially if there's a game going on. I'll pop on the Twitter.
You'll open it up.
Yeah.
Well, now you got the massage chair. You'll watch a lot more games.
My God,
I'll tell you.
Massage chair. I use that one mode you said, the scraping mode.
Yeah. So you.
Oh my God.
That's going to be your go-to, man.
Yeah. I did the scraping mode, which was
so good.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So good.
Okay, so the revenge aspect is that you're retaliating against the day because you feel like you didn't have enough you time. But in the long term, this can actually go from a choice to choosing not to sleep into insomnia, where you can't fall asleep, which is what John,
which is what I got.
Yeah.
Right.
Because of this is something you do routinely, so your body's like, oh, I'm in bed. Instead of going to bed, we're going to scroll through social media. After reading this, I might be a little bit guilty because I do this a lot, actually.
Okay.
But John, I know, I wasn't aware that you would be here, but I know you deal with this. But Mace, do you suffer from sleep revenge procrastination? Swipe right or swipe?
I'm going to swipe
left?
left, right? Is that what I want to do? I have I don't understand the left.
I never understood the left or the right.
I never got it in the first place.
It's no shade. People get it. I don't get it.
The question is, do I spend all night on social media?
Do you have sleep revenge procrastination?
No, I do not.
If you open your computer, that's the death knell because the light, then your mind's on, you're engaged. Don't open your computer.
Yeah. So that's I think it's left.
Okay, left.
I'm going to go with left.
I'm going to swipe left. There you go.
All right. John, you would swipe right.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then DeAndre?
Swipe left.
No issues.
Okay.
Oh, man. I want to be
you're
like
young.
that. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Might be coming.
Eventually.
Might be coming.
You're under 30, bro. You're good. You're good. All right. My dream of winning over $800 million came to a dead stop when somebody in Michigan won the estimated $842 million, which is an estimated cash value of $425.2 million, according to the lottery. Are you guys kind of out on these big, giant lottery picks because it's so common now? I feel like it's very common that you hear it.
I don't make the step of going to a store and buying lotto tickets. But if you said to me, hey, the lottery is $800 million, I'm going to a store, I'd throw you $20 if you were doing like a group thing. I don't take the added step of physically going in and buying tickets, but I would throw my hat in the ring if somebody else was going.
Sure. Juan buys them every single lottery.
Really?
Yeah, every single lottery he buys them and just runs the auto pick and all that stuff.
Okay.
Buys the, by the way, at Rams games, buys the 50-50 drawing, which is usually about a $200,000 pot. It's probably easier to win that than it is to win the lotto. And the big thing about the lotto, which is interesting, is I've always said, well, when it's $1 billion, everybody's going to buy them, so it's much harder to win.
Right.
The reality is the odds are exactly the same regardless of how many people are buying tickets. You just might wind up splitting it. So, yeah, I got nothing against the lotto, throwing a couple dollars at it just for fun, but I'll swipe left and right. One of them is bound to be correct.
What about you, DeAndre?
I'll swipe right.
Do you buy lottery tickets?
I don't buy lottery tickets, but I'm not against it.
Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't be against it if you won. That's for sure.
But if you don't buy them, see, you're like me. I want to win, but I'm like Ireland. I don't take the extra step to go. I just wish I could win, but I don't actually partake. So, I'm never going to win. Anyways, moving along. Steamboat Willie has a Steamboat Willie horror film was announced as Mickey Mouse enters public domain.
Yeah.
So get
this
ready.
is unbelievable.
So get ready for a Mickey horror flick. Kind of. The 1928 version of Mickey Mouse entered the public domain on Monday, unfortunately, they do not longer have the trade. The indie horror producers wasted no time in capitalizing on it because, people just want to make money. So I actually told my little niece about it, and she started to cry. She's like,
She doesn't want Mickey Mouse tied to a horror movie.
Right. She was like absolutely out on it.
I'm with
into
your niece.
It. Really?
Yeah, here's why. I don't get this trademark expiration thing, Mase.
Right.
All right, so the deal is apparently you can only trademark something for 100 years.
Yes.
So Steamboat Willie, which was the original first Disney movie with Mickey Mouse.
Yep.
The trademark ran out. Mm-hmm. Why? I mean, Mickey Mouse is I'm not just saying this because we work for Disney. Mickey Mouse is a pretty universally recognized thing. I think they should still have trademark protection. Obviously, it could cripple their company. What the heck? Why are they doing this?
I don't know. This is the way the world works. Like, for example, books 100 years out, you can all of a sudden make a movie out of it without paying for the rights to the book.
Doesn't seem right, does it?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't seem right. I mean, I don't want to see Steamboat Willie killing people.
I don't know.
Steamboat Willie, the serial killer, is not what anybody had in mind.
So it's a sadistic mouse who will torment a group of unsuspecting ferry passengers.
No, that's terrible.
Yeah, my niece is so out on
this.
this.
They did the killer honey. They did
the
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh, the killer Pooh.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop ruining our icons with horror movies.
Stop making everything so crazy. I mean,
I'm
I was
kind
just
of
talking about
into
this.
it.
There's one where the monster is in your pool. There's one where your teddy bear is
He
killing
was just talking about this.
Now here's Steamboat Willie with an axe. I mean, seriously, where are we going?
So you guys are both out. DeAndre, are you out or in?
I'm out.
Really?
Simple as that. Yeah, I'm out.
I grew up idolizing Mickey, so the fact that I was able to work for the mouse was a big deal for me. But I kind of want that horror kind of situation. My niece is out. She's 9 and she's not for it, so I guess I'm in the minority on this.
You stick with the Steamboat Willie killer over there.
All right. Well, I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, it's not cool that the trademark ended, but I guess because they figure what's really going to be that lasting,
right,
100
but
years?
I just don't understand the reason for the rule. If you trademark something, you should have it in perpetuity. I don't know. I don't get it.
All right, guys. So I actually have a question.
I didn't swipe.
Okay, you swipe me.
I'll swipe
left.
Let's go left.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means.
I think everybody swiped. We're going to get killed once Lindsay comes back.
That's all.
Yeah, we'll deal with her.
Believe me, I've dealt with her before.
So, I actually don't have another one. I'm going to be completely honest.
Okay.
I only
That's
had 3.
fine. I think we got 2 minutes left.
But I do. Have you guys seen Anita Baker in concert?
No, I never have seen Anita Baker in concert.
I like Anita Baker, though.
I love Anita Baker.
So,
why? Are you thinking about going?
I actually saw her. I took the Boo and his parents for Christmas, thanks to the company.
How was it?
Oh, my gosh. She was amazing.
Yeah.
Her vocals
she's
are
got a great
great
voice.
But it was the cutest. So she was so upset with her audio engineer that she kept telling him, hey, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And But you can tell. I mean, because we work in audio, we can kind of tell when things are wrong. Some people can't. And I would love when she would end, "Can you fix this? I love you." So now it's like a thing that Christian and I do when we irritate each other. We're like, "I love you."
Yeah.
I love how she did that, though. Like,
She
I don't
did it in a good way.
Yes.
Because I was, years ago, we had Richard Marks do a kind of, you remember Richard
Yeah, sure.
Marks?
Married to Cynthia Rhodes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Star of
Flashdance. Yeah.
So Richard Marks was in concert, and he went to the piano, and he went to sit down, and he yelled, "This is the wrong stool," and threw it off the stage.
Oh, that's rude.
I thought that was terrible.
That's so rude.
Yeah.
No. She was super sweet about it.
That's good.
Because it made a big difference.
Sure.
But I just love how, because she's a tiny woman, man. And the fact that she has this booming voice and telling this guy, you can tell he's frustrated because we're sitting close.
Yeah.
And she goes, "I love you." And I was like, I don't know what she's.
Yeah, that always shocks me. And I went to it. Mace, were you at this concert with me when Annie Lennox opened for Sting?
I was.
And Annie Lennox walks out on stage, and she is tiny. She's maybe 5'2".
Yep.
And she starts singing, and it sounds
That
like
voice.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
It always like impresses me when a smaller person is able to belt stuff out like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it sounds like Anita Baker's in that group. What do we got?
So the NFL has announced the Pro Bowl rosters. Well, I guess the Pro Bowl winners.
Okay. Yeah, because there's not really a game anymore.
The Rams have Pro Bowlers Aaron Donald, Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams, and Puka Nacua. So 4 Rams are Pro Bowlers, including, which is great, Kyron Williams.
I'm surprised
and Puka
the
Nacua.
rookie defensive lineman didn't make it. The guy with
Kobe
the 9
Turner,
snacks.
Byron Young, those
Yeah.
guys, maybe I guess no, they don't have alternate picks anymore because they don't actually play a friggin' game.
Right.
So they can't say, "Oh, he's hurt, we got to bring
But don't they
somebody
do
else."
like a skills competition? Don't they have to go to Hawaii and show up? Or is it
I
still
think
in
it's
Hawaii or is
I
it in
think it's
Vegas now?
Orlando this year.
Is it? Okay.
That's a big who cares. But congratulations to Matthew Stafford, Aaron Donald, Kyron Williams, and Puka
Yeah, we had
Nacua
Sean
for making the Pro
McVay
Bowl.
today, and we asked him, "Do you care about that record?" Puka Nacua could break the record for both receptions and yards by a rookie receiver. And Sean was honest. He said, "I'd be lying if I told you guys I didn't consider it when I made the list of guys who were going to play and not play." So I think they are targeting Puka Nacua to get that record, and my guess is they want to get him out of there as soon as he does.
Puka has 1,445 receiving yards, which puts him 29 yards away from breaking the single-season rookie receiving record set by Bill Groman of the Houston Oilers in 1960. So
Yeah.
that record has stood since 1960.
64 years old. Yeah.
That's crazy. What?
That's
I'm going to
crazy.
ask a question.
No, it's 28 even. We have 50
28.
seconds left.
Thanks,
I was going to
Aaron.
ask
Yeah.
what the outtime was.
Yeah, I knew that's where you were going. By the way, the Lakers got to rattle off a win streak.
They got to,
here.
man.
They've got 9 of their next 10 at Crypto.com Arena. And at 17-17, they're in 10th place. So that's not where you want to be.
10 home games this month.
Right.
You got to win a bunch of them, and it starts tonight.
Yeah, and Miami's good, and Memphis, who's coming in Friday, is better that
Yep.
they have Ja, and then the Clippers on Sunday are the hottest team in the league.
Yeah.
So, between those 3, I mean, we got to get 2 of these 3.
No question.
Anything less than that is not good.
All right, so we got Alan Sliwa with the pregame coming up for you. He's got pre, and of course, Beto Duran has got post and the call of the game. John Ireland and Michael Thompson coming up right here. See you tomorrow, 710 ESPN.